Oh my God, look at this mess. Got frogs jumping all over my lawn. You better not be in there with that ice froggy frog. There's that frog in there!
That's my daddy. What we gonna do?
Don't even trip. I handle this.
Well, don't go, ice froggy frog. I love you.
You don't love me. You just love my froggy style. In my new movie, Fear of a Black Hat.
There's that frog in here. There's that frog in here. You!
Ribbit, yeah, this is Ice Froggy Frog, and this is a little song for all the pollywogs and the tadpoles from the big frog.
Ice frog,
Ribbit.
ice frog,
From the depths of the pond, back to the top, Ice Froggy Frog jumping, and I got the drop. Get solo in that grass, tadpoles will sing. Long reach to the spot where my tongue will fling. Hippin' and hopping and hippin', but don't lose your sleep. 9-4 is easier for me to buck up the sheets. And I ain't holding nothing back, and I'm about to yank 9 from a gunny sack. Just like that, and as a matter of fact,
Sling your tongue back.
cause I never hesitate to give a dragonfly smack.
So hop through the sands a bit. You see that it's a must be hopping long.
What's my name, fool? Sang.
ass.
Back up.
Ass, titties, ass and titties. Ass, titties, titties, ass and titties. Ass, titties, ass and titties. Ass, titties, titties, ass and titties. Big booty bitches, that's where they get. Come on, ho, let's go to the easy rest. When I see ass, titties, ass and titties. Go on. Ass, titties, titties, ass and titties. Big booty bitches, that's where they get.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3,
Bitches ain't shit. Bitches ain't shit.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on these nuts and suck the dick. Get the fuck out after you're done. And I hops in my ride to make a quick run. I used to know a bitch named Eric Wright. We used to roll around and fuck the hoes at night. Tighter than the motherfucking gangster beats. And we was ballin' on the motherfucking Compton streets. Beat that shit got deep and it was on. Number one song after number one song. As my motherfucking life was fat, I didn't give a fuck where the bitch was at. She was hanging with that white bitch doing the shit she do. Sucking on his dick just to get a buck or two. In the end, she got back nothing. And now she's suing cause the shit she be doing ain't shit. Bitches can't hang in the streets. She found herself short. Now she's taking leave. That's some real conversations for you.
I once had a bitch named Nancy May. I used to dance in her guts like every day. The pussy was the bomb and the nigga on strong. It was a love like a motherfucker like he's a proton. The homies used to tell me that she wasn't no good, but I'm the maniac in class, Mr. Snoopy's wood. So I figured niggas wouldn't trip with mine. Guess what? Got apples by one time. I'm back in the motherfucking county jail. 6 months on my chest, now it's like a bell. I got released on my contract today. My nigga DOC and my homie Dr. Dre. Scooped in the cool scoop, we got the barrel. They throw the trigger like a straight to your rally place. I even have a second, I already gotta do some motherfucking chin checking. We bust the plugs, we grew down the block. Saw a girl's house, Dre, past the Glock. King in the dough, I look on the floor. It's my little cousin Daz, and he's fucking my hoe. And cock my shit. I'm heartbroken, but I'm still loped.
Man, fuck that bitch.
3, 4.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick all these nuts and suck the dick. Get
roll around and bust the hose at night. Tighter than a motherfucking gangster beat. And we was falling on these motherfucking Compton streets. Deep that shit got deep and it was on. Number one song after number one song. Looking for motherfucking pockets of fat. I didn't give a fuck where the bitch was at. But she was hanging with that white bitch doing the shit we do. Sucking on his dick just to get a buck or two. And she got mad nothing. And now she's suing cause the shit she be doing ain't shit. Bitch said, hey, she found herself short. Now she's looking me. That's a real conversation for your ass. Bitch said, hey, bitches can't hang in the streets. Bitches can't hang in the streets. Bitches can't hang with the streets. Bitches can't hang with the streets.
Is there any reason why I shouldn't have a green salad?
Bitches can't hang with the
Vegetables
streets.
that are very clear on that point, sir, which is why it was decided to cut through the whole tangled problem by breeding an animal that actually wanted to be eaten and was capable of saying so clearly and distinctly. And here I am.
Hey, listen, we want to eat. You know, we don't want to make a meal of the issues. We'll have 4 rest steaks and hurry, please.
Very wise choice, sir. Very good. I'll just nip off and shoot myself.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, sir. I'll be very humane.
What's eating you, Earthman?
Yeah, that looks
Nice.
nice.
The
Man.
first one.
Doing a good
Back
job,
here,
man.
it's like kind of cool. So like he's like not really. Oh, maybe he's getting close. He's getting close.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
thank you for tuning into the Christmas cook-off with Dr.
I
Ben.
know.
Oh, wait, oh. Hold on, I gotta replay just that end. Oh fuck. Sorry, that's me. That's because I can't operate a stream. What did I just do? I just fucked the whole thing up. Okay, well I'll just add
I know.
other.
Over
Think
here,
about that.
we're cooking a fresh batch of crystal.
Oh, shit. We got
You know what,
those.
Okay. Here he is.
A fresh batch of crystal. Is that what I said?
Yes, that was perfect. Frederick.
I'm all kinds of fucked up in the head. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Yeah, now see that brought to memory. Yeah, I was. You had said the song title, right? So I pulled up the lyrics to it, and yeah, I continued going on. But what is the song? It's by Dr.Ben.
Yes,
or he's a
that's
producer. Or
Goth.
something.
Yeah.
Bitches ain't shit. Hoes and tricks.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
It's his first
I'm not
album,
used to that.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Sure, if it's like
yeah,
the-
I'm used to
well, it
much
was-
much harder shit, you know.
Yeah, there are. Well, that's like what the Chronic was like 90, 91 or 92 or something.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. That's like that's
I was a
OG.
child.
Yeah,
I
that's.
was a voodoo child.
Let me get rid of my freaking. Well, you know what? I'll show you is the
What 16? I was driving.
Hell yeah! Oh yeah. So yeah, you're only like what, like a year or two older than me, because I would have been 92. I would have been like 13 or 14. So.
I was actually getting into comics at that time when I was 16, like heavily.
Oh yeah, no, that's entirely That's entirely when I was like getting all the comics. Okay, so
This is the best time, man. Fucking when Marvel was booming, Image was starting out.
Image
Those were
was
the
just
days.
like, I remember like that whole like people come. I remember like before Image, right? Like I remember like Todd McFarlane being on Spider-Man.
Yep.
And like Liefeld on X-Force or like on New Mutants, and then it ended, and then X-Force came out.
Yeah.
And like what, Silvestri and
On Wolverine.
oh God.
with
That's what I'm
Dan
saying.
Green.
We were getting like all of those. It was like all those guys are leaving Marvel, dude.
7 guys at once.
I'm like, what about?
Stinking
I was
shit.
reading Uncanny X-Men. That was like my first X-Men that I got was Uncanny, and
Oh.
I'm like, what about like Will Spertasio? And they're like, he's leaving too. What the Will's too?
Wait, these are all the people I like.
They're making their own comic company.
Yeah, from now on, Marvel has no artist. It's just going to be novels. It's just going to be articles about the superheroes.
It was like all the B team guys like all got like promoted like immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good
But
opportunity.
that's what was like so fucked up about Image is that like those 7 guys all left. The B team at Marvel came up, and then they came back and got all those guys.
Yeah, that's
And,
the problem. The problem was like chaotic with no plan, and Liefeld was kind of a force of chaos. But that's kind of what it got it started at the same time. I'm not shitting on Liefeld.
That's kind of what you need at some point.
It wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for him. He's
Shake
the
things
guy
up.
he was the first to publish Youngblood. He's the one that got the idea. He's the one who came up with the name. He's the icon, everything. Does that mean he didn't do anything wrong? No, of course not. He's young, he's reckless, he's human, he's got more money than you can fathom. And he's got a booming company. He's like starting to talk with superstars. He's like, of course you're gonna make mistakes, and you're gonna like have fuck ups along the way.
Do you
You
listen
can't fault
to
people
his,
for their mistakes.
Do you listen to his podcast, Rob Observations?
I used to a lot more, but I haven't recently. But I love it. You can tell he's got real passion.
Oh my gosh, I listen to podcasts like in the summer when it's like when I mow the lawn, put on like headphones, put on like that. I just like drive around, listen to like comics podcasts. But I was listening to one today because like I saw it was about like an Alan Moore Green Lantern comic, and like I saw this like when he first posted it like a week or 2 ago, and I ordered that Alan Moore Green Lantern comic, and so like I just started listening to the podcast today to start like figuring out like as I just got the comic, and I was like, okay,
Is it a recent thing?
No, it's is this yeah, it's like an old one from like the 80s or 90s or whatever.
Okay.
Oh, but so anyways, what I'm saying, like I was listening to it, and he was talking about like when he started he was like talking about how like other guys like helped him, like when he was like 18 or 19, George Perez was talking to him, like giving him like pointers and
Alan
just
Moore?
Rob Liefeld.
Oh, Rob Liefeld. Really?
And it was in this episode about Alan Moore. He said that's the episode where he's saying all this stuff. And I was like, oh, like I mean he's has so many crazy stories anyways.
Oh yeah,
just like, but he was like talking about how like they're always like, you kind of have to like you have to pay it forward, like you have to like help like other people or whatever in comics.
Some people don't get that.
Well, he literally when he got hired in at Marvel, he helped like Dan Fraga and what did he say? Fraga, Merritt Michaels, and like all his little extreme studio guys. Like some of them he would let them stay at his house or apartment or whatever. And then like eventually he set up a studio and they could like stay there if they, you know what I mean? Like, and that was the thing he did, in addition to helping like all these launch their careers and stuff. I mean, Dan Fraga is the guy that drew like freaking Bloodstrike, like issue 1 on is like just Dan. I don't even know if Dan Fraga did stuff before that. I mean, like it seems like Dan Fraga is just a creation of just comics, like just extreme comics, like all the stuff. But you know what I mean? Like he did that, like he and he was like talking about that on the podcast. How he's just he's always done that. He's always helped people. I thought that was like I really like Rob Liefeld. Like he just seems like a really like
yeah, me too.
Despite the fact like I mean Deadpool 3 having 3 Deadpool movies, X-Men, the Cable, all this shit that he came up with. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, very creative guy.
Well, imagine going anywhere and that's everywhere you go is Deadpool. You know,
little like chibi Deadpools, mini Deadpools, and
Well, he's like the new Spider-Man. He's cooler than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's like
shit.
Deadpool
Yeah,
and Venom.
You're
you know.
right. Yeah. Look, they don't have the Spider-Man who actually produces the web fluid from his own veins, from his own wrists.
Right.
They have all different versions of Spider-Man who have the little, oh, I ran out of my web fluid. It's like, come on, that ain't Spider-Man. That's
web
you know,
fluid.
that's a second, third, fourth, fifth generation, whatever, you know.
So
we don't have a good Spider-Man, but we have a better Deadpool. I was asking people questions when the third Deadpool movie came out. I'm like, I loved it, right?
Right. I haven't watched the third one yet. Like I
watched it in the cinema and I loved it as well.
I know I'm gonna love it, but I need to be in the right.
But I mean,
I was asking people like, are we giving this movie? You know, I really enjoyed it, and I'm like, are we giving this movie extra credit because everything else has been so shit?
Yes.
And the response was yes. I'm like, that's kind of a shame
because it's kind
of a shame.
Shitty
I love
plot.
Blade.
It's
all these,
like structurally speaking, there's a lot wrong with that movie.
Oh,
but it's
a
just
lot. But it's fun.
Yes, it's a good time, and he put the effort in the stuff that counts, like the fucking battle with the katanas and the Uzis and the. Come on, man! He's giving you katanas and Uzis in slow motion with fucking. What's the soundtrack to it?
Oh God!
It's like some fucking Enya music
at the start.
Yeah,
at the start is like NSYNC.
Oh yeah, it's the NSYNC Bye Bye or something. Yeah,
Bye. He's like,
so it's like I got my money's worth in the intro. You know.
Exactly.
But then he cuts to the most boring scene
never
in the
defile
boardroom
Wolverine and his loss in Logan. You know.
Yeah.
Or
then he cuts to
that's exactly what we're going to do, and then here come the people.
The problem is it cuts to a boardroom scene with Jon Favreau after that. And you're like, you just you just cut the energy off, but it does come back.
Oh, and then it says Earth, 616 or whatever, right?
And that the whole multiverse,
and he has the thing on his wrist too.
Stupid as fuck, but Wolverine with the costume and it works.
Hell yeah.
That's priceless to any comic book geek. Like they've had how many X-Men movies? And how many Wolverine solo movies?
But then there's also, all these other, tangentially involved ones.
Yeah, exactly. And there's still no costume. Come on, guys, seriously.
It's like it's a black leather outfit, or he's, he's just like, nah, fuck off, right?
Yeah. So
he's just a cameo, right? It's like, come on.
So definitely props for making that happen. So
that was fan service done right.
Yeah.
Done correctly.
Definitely, you can't miss it, Dr.Ben. It's just a great.
Oh yeah.
One time, but it's
and there are things
you'll.
There are things you won't catch in the first watch, just because it's very high energy, So then you watch it a second time, and I mean, you can drink a few beers, right? Drink a few beers, watch it, and then you're gonna want to be drinking a few more while you're watching it. Like I'm enjoying the hell out of this.
It's gonna take a lot of beer to get through this one.
Yeah, there's nothing serious.
I know what you're saying. Like it's
enhance the experience. But that's how it always starts with me. Is like I want to enhance this experience, and then I overdo it a little bit.
I would say it's the third best Deadpool film, definitely.
Definitely. Okay. What is it like? Like they're not doing Blu-rays anymore? Is it like 4K? Is that what the big? Is that what?
4K UHD Ultra High D High D.
Is that like HDMI cables? That's. I don't know.
Nowadays they use USB-C and shit like that too, and that's like the equivalent to HDMI.
Well, yeah, you get HDMI to USB-C on your
That's
Mac.
weird.
Because Macs only have USB-C now.
Oh yeah, well, I guess I could just do that. I could. Well, no, I don't know. I haven't tried like doing like. I guess I could do that because I always like cast from like I can cast from like my phone to the TV or whatever, or the tablet to the TV or the computer.
Does it
I
maintain
guess.
like high resolution?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what my concern would be, like that, or like skipping, or like I'd have to have my phone off or whatever, the whole, you know what I mean? Like I'd have to have that just
Like
doing
you start
that.
getting notifications from someone, right?
Right. Eric July blocking me. You know, I mean that's all these
Or somebody else
pop up. We hate you. What are you doing?
I don't know. This is a weird thing, you know, that you have pulled up. It's like Eric July. What did I do? It's like it could be anything. You said you were in his Blood Ruth closeout stream. Did that happen today or yesterday or something?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because if you scroll down, I actually have
Texas
it.
is taking a stand. He says, "Oh, okay, you have a."
Oh yeah, that was just like a clip. That was just like the top.
Oh, you tagged Gothics.
That was his first tweet there underneath. Eric July has blocked you. You know, but so yeah. So this was. I replied to that message. So I replied to myself. Is that a thread?
Yeah.
So it's so weird. I bought the Horseman comic, liked it, and said so in my review. Ordered
to my own detriment.
Oh my gosh, everyone was seriously fucking pissed that I didn't like say that.
Yeah, that was the Katie thing. She's like, get that shit off the stream. I'm like, no, that's content, right? You know,
they wouldn't share like my thing. They were all like angry. They're like, you didn't like it. And I was like, it's all right. It's not great, but I mean, you know, it's just like a Marvel comic, basically, a shitty Marvel comic.
Yeah, that's what it seems
like.
That's what it seems to be.
Yeah, if he
it
wants
is
to
what
make,
it is.
It is what it is. You know, we ain't gonna find a better Marvel comic. We ain't gonna find a better DC comic. You'll find Horseman. I liked it. You know, as Chuck Dixon.
Okay, look, if you're not a detractor of Eric July, that makes you a detractor of CG.
Yeah, so then it's
mind blown, right?
So that's what I'm saying. Like
that's the way things can be seen.
That was my experience. You know, reviewed
what was your? Oh yeah. I recall it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was like, oh god.
So I'm not.
But no, the post before this one. Yeah.
Dr.Ben with a 2 says, just order Blood Ruth. How scary is it really?
Ooh. Read it with the lights on during the day.
Yeah.
It's upsetting. It's very upsetting. There is a dismemberment. There's some violence. There's very scary situations. If you haven't guessed that she fights demons, spoiler alert. There's some scary ass demon, at least.
You mean Hellion, right?
Demon.
In there.
Yeah.
And her powers have to do with blood. So inherently,
that's true. It's inherently
scary.
Eric looks happy about
great point. So,
them, you know, talking.
It has some scary moments in it. So yeah.
It's not torture.
He also
for him, though.
He also seems disinterested in his own book.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Dr.Ben with a 2 says. Dr.Ben with a 2 says. Right. It's not pointless.
It's really pretty. Yeah. It's classy. Especially that one T-shirt that Kanan does. Why would Blood Ruth be wearing that? That's a weird.
Oh, and then that's the next something. Okay, I thought there was something. Yeah. But so I'm saying like I ordered the stuff, I'm excited for it, kind of hype it up. Hey, how scary is it? You know, like really. Am I gonna be scared reading the comic? You know, that's the honest question. And he blocks me.
Yeah. You ever been scared reading a comic? I find comics, it's hard to do the jump scare, the horror themes and stuff like that.
Right.
Do you know any scary comics or? It's not something I find easy to pull off.
I don't think I know any by name.
Images to be scary, like
sure,
I'm gonna give you an example. Like for me, a lot of times it's like seeing a cover and then like seeing the inside. Like a lot of the old, I don't know if I have them right by me.
Because the old EC comics, EC used to have like a whole line of horror comics, and
they had a whole bunch like House of Mystery and stuff. They all have like creepy old like Victorian, you know, like vampires, and it almost looks like Dark Shadows and stuff, right? If you think of like Dark Shadows being maybe kind of creepy, or this, Let me see if I can just pull up just the image. Yeah.
Pull
it up. This is everyone's favorite writer from Britain.
Yeah, it's hard to
Neil
get his
Gaiman.
books now. I hear like you can't get them from the publisher anymore.
Yet.
It's a
That-
blacklisted,
Vertigo, yeah.
blacklisted
This
author
is
now.
issue 49 of Sandman, and that image of like that face, like
Yeah, that's
whatever
pretty
that is,
fucked
like
up.
it's like just so fucking weird looking. I
That's,
don't know if
that's an
it's
object of that could be
That's
an
some,
object of satanic worship.
Yeah, that's some Nephilim shit right there.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. That was like I saw that when I was a kid, and I was just like, yes, I need to get this. And it's inside is like Jill Thompson. That's like another one. It's actually like one of my favorite comics because it's like inside is Jill Thompson, who has like a completely like different, her stuff isn't this. Her stuff is just real cartoony and whatnot. But like this cover, like is just it's haunting. Like you'd see that like looking in your like window and be like, oh,
Hell yeah.
shit yourself. Like, oh my god, no, kill me, just leave me alone. You just.
I woke up on October 31st, It's 3 a.m. It's the witching hour, some shit. You see it in your window. It's like,
yeah. So that's what
am
I'm saying,
I am I awake? It's like,
some of the like the Swamp Thing stories, like the early ones where it seems like he's just like wandering around like hopeless. Like, let me see if I can find like if there's like a page of like Bernie Wrightson Swamp Thing, because like some of those, like I don't know if like horror is quite the right term, but they're like despair. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Which is, I think that's a sense of horror, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it's like there is no escape, right? So, yeah, the only thing left is despair. There's no escape. There's no hope. So, all that's left is despair.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like all that his art, anyways, has got such a just like a creepy look to it, like the way he does hatching. I mean, he's obviously he's like just Bernie Wrightson, anyways. But I mean, I don't know how do you convey horror in a comic if you don't have like if the image doesn't look
Body horror, yeah.
Like to me, that's got to be half of it, unless you're just trying to have some sort of like mental horror story or something. Like I don't know how.
Psychological thriller.
But yeah, just what I mean. Like the whole look of it has got that feel of like like an old like an old like black and white horror movie or something. Like the way her hair is and everything. That reminds me of.
It is cool.
And
what year was this, do you think?
I don't know which one this is. It has to be in the 70s.
Yeah, it looks like it.
The Swamp Thing started in like the 70s.
We're doomed.
Dude, that next to the last panel where Swamp Thing rises from the water and he's like all shadowy at the same time as all wet, all the water flowing. That's pretty dope. Yeah.
Like, well, that's what I'm saying. Like Bernie Wrightson is just, and think about it too. Like Bernie Wrightson is the guy who created Swamp Thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is like, this has to be like his classic kind of like images, or like what he thinks of with Swamp Thing is like just, like just, I mean, that's a monster. It's obviously not like, that's not Colossus. Colossus is like a big, strong, but like obviously human. It's like, probably a friendly dude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it could be, easily.
You see Swamp Thing, that's a monster, a swamp monster coming out of there. He's got roots coming out of his face, and
yeah, and like, look right there at the face. There's no bottom jaw distinct, so it's just this gaping thing. So it's like, from one perspective, is this a demon? Is this, what is, if you didn't know, right? If you didn't know at all, if you just picked up whatever issue this is and like,
wait, I mean,
wow,
he kind of is because he can
trippy.
did because like in Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, he can like kind of like teleport almost like from like anywhere to like anywhere there's like plant material. He can
suck down into the ground and then pop up anywhere else.
Like he came out of like the tobacco for one of Constantine's cigarettes. It's like smoking, and he's just like Swamp Thing just grows out of the tobacco. Like that's
kind of retarded.
That. It was just like insane.
It's kind of retarded, but also fucking trippy because that is something from the earth. So
that's it's like it is.
It could be pretty good. I don't know.
The requirements are very strict. Yeah, it's like you don't need a whole.
Yeah, very loose. Very loose. We're playing that one pretty loose.
Yeah,
that's what they said about Patrick too.
Well, what's oh yeah, you have like Frederick, like you have like
yes. Do you have a what?
Can you have like an image of like your dude or whatever, or like your thing?
Yeah, on the website.
Well, I guess I could pull up your
yeah, pull up the website.
I'll pull up your
pull up. What is it? Rattel Comic?
Let's do.
No, I draw
yeah.
comic.
Yeah, rattelcomic.com. Yeah.
Okay.
imakecomics.com is
that one too,
is
right?
A forward address. Yeah. Well, the I Make Comics is a forward that takes you to rattel.com.
All right.
Yeah. So you got images in about every section, but mostly obviously in the samples.
I'm just trying to get my.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about your progress page. Is like it's pretty. Oh, I like the Akira. Yeah, if we could have pulled up the fucking Akira thing, those guys from Godfall would have loved that.
Oh yeah, I was tripping out. I was like, Akira is one of my favorite. Like, it's the movie I watched the most when I was a kid. Like in my life, still it has. I've watched it over 100 times. Not cap.
Damn.
No cap.
No cap. Yeah,
I have the entire Akira comic, but I have it in French because it's translated from Japanese anyway. So whether it's English or French, it's translation.
Well, actually, who translated it? That might be actually.
Well, I don't. It's probably
because like this.
Hold on, let me check. Let me grab a copy.
Because a lot, I'm not sure what the regular American Akira, but like a lot.
You've seen it. You've seen the movie, Dr.Ben, right?
Yeah, I have. I've got the movie, and I've got like a volume of the manga, like the big hardcover one. But it's I can with manga stuff. I can't. I don't think I've read an entire series all the way through.
So this is also hardcover. It's about comic book size.
Oh.
Hold on. All right.
Yeah.
It's copyright 1991.
This is all.
So translated.
That's the cover of it, or that's inside.
That's the inside. This is the cover of the first.
Wow, what are those little? What's like the little squares? I mean, they're panels, but like, what?
You got a panel over here. That's a banner up top. You got a panel with one of the old kids. Call him an old kid because he's got this old deformity. And this is just a sticker. This is the editor is Glena.
Oh, okay.
And the first edition is called The Highway. And you got these painted pages, I believe, are from the original manga. Yeah, it's just fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I haven't read the manga.
Oh, it's great, man, because there's way more in the manga, and it doesn't repeat what you see in the movie.
Different stories, right?
Yeah, the same events, but you see the other side of the city, and you see these other
Right.
characters during the same events.
Yeah, someone explained it that way to me just the other day, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know. You know, Akira is so influential. You know,
incredibly. Like it was the first. It was the one that got anime into the West because it was so mind blowing that everyone had to watch it, and then we all wanted more. Obviously, there's no others like Akira, but you know, Ghost in the Shell is pretty up there.
Oh hell yeah.
And then you have the whole.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy who did Ghost in the Shell?
Oh, Shiro Masamune.
Yes.
Yeah, he did Appleseed as well.
Yeah, he did some good type of, you know, sort of hentai stuff too.
Tank Police. Tank Police is like, it's crazy. Like it's funny. It's so weird. Like it's.
So yeah, this is a colored edition.
Yeah, like the whole thing is color. That's I like that.
Yeah,
that's great.
And it's all in French.
Oh, what? Who does it say who the translator is?
The individual translator, because I think that would be by the. I think
It should have it like if there's like a credits page, like it should have like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's Stan Barrett's.
Okay.
It says it right here. Oops, sorry. It's hard to zoom in. But...
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you had it up there. I'm like, who is it? You're like,
oh, there you go.
See?
I see. Oh, okay.
Traduction is translation.
Colors.
So Steve
Traduction.
Olive is colors. Steve Olive is American colors. So these are the American colors. And Stan Barrett's did the translation, and Jean-Pierre Tubetti did the lettering.
Nice. Because one of the well, I'll show you. Maybe you'll understand what I'm talking about.
This is more modern comics. Like this is the most modern comic you'll see today. It's fresh.
Yeah, Bitcoin. How many words is his phrase that he, you know, and how long is he locked up?
10 years.
Mm.
And it's like the phrase is 12 words. You could have like 12 or 24.
Okay.
But
and an angel takes away his fear.
His fear. So he becomes fearless. That's why he goes.
That's
around
a very dangerous thing to be, you know, taken away.
Oh yeah, it's the stupid dangerous.
Yeah.
He's gonna get into a lot of trouble.
That's one of the reasons I'm so interested in it. Like,
yeah, like he's not even afraid to talk to girls. So like, what the fuck? It's like crazy.
No limits.
Absolutely, it's gonna be wild. There's never been any comic like this. No comic has done what this comic is gonna do.
I don't think so. Yeah.
And this is the last page of the first issue, page 24. So I'm super thrilled to be at the end of the penciling phase. Yeah, it's weird as fuck.
What are you gonna go through and you have to ink every page now, or like
I got to go back and ink 10 pages. So I've got I've already got a bunch that are inked. And, I've got a colorist working on.
Do you do your own inking then, Frederick?
Yeah, I do my own inking.
What do you like better, like just pencils or inks?
It's like inking seems to be an extension of pencils because I find that I really finish drawing when I'm inking. Like the eyes, the eyes are same work. Yeah, the eyes are more beautiful. The lines are more refined. It's really finishing what I started. So it's back in the day. I had someone ink my work and fucking butchered it, and I think it kind of hurt. Hurt my heart a little bit. So
not like that.
I'd rather ink myself unless there's like a very good, very professional inker. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Right on. Huh. Well, that is definitely like you just did that like during the show.
Yeah.
We're like from just nothing.
Yeah, it was white. It was a
Not from nothing. He had about maybe a quarter of it done
I had
at
a
the beginning of the show.
thumbnail. Yeah, I was thumbnailing like while I was waiting for the show to start, and you know, during the intro, I was doodling the. So when it started, you saw a few lines, a few like basic shapes for the characters. It takes a long time to find the right sketch. Like I did what 4 or 5, and then I kept erasing until the hand position, and there's so much you got to get right, like especially when you got like a man and a woman closely held together tight. A lot has to be right. You can't have his leg in the wrong place, you know.
Right,
I had her between his legs in the beginning. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, you gotta get it all.
Not using any 3D assets, any
not on this one.
Clip Studios.
The closest I got to 3D assets was the pages when I draw the prison, and when I show the city of Montreal, I use Google Earth to show the buildings because it allows me to zoom in and get the exact camera shot.
Because it's modern, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I can't fly a drone up there and take my own pictures, so I use the Google Earth 3D models, and I just drop a projector on my page, and I'll draw those.
Yeah.
But they're eventually drawn by hand and inked by hand, so they meld into the.
Yeah, so that's not 3D assets. That's what do they call it?
I mean, the Google Earth
photo reference.
Well, it's more than a photo reference because I'm actually
realism reference.
Hand tracing it.
Well, that's what the
hand tracing backgrounds is not nothing new, you know.
There's like a name for that, doing that, the projector thing that's like different than that. But it's an old timey thing, like old, like classical. There's images of like,
oh yeah,
like classical guys like having a thing where it's like it's a mirror, and they look through a slot or some goofy ass fucking contraption thing that like
they kept the lens secret for a long time. The lens was a secret tool passed on to artists.
And it's the same thing with that. There's something with like photography stuff where like they can like capture images with light and chemicals.
Oh yeah. I mean, before they could take pictures, they were doing paintings. So they would use just the lens, but the lens would project an image on the canvas, and they would just trace.
Okay.
Like a projector, same thing that I did in a couple of pages, and so that's what you get, and that's how the old paintings were. Because that's how we went to really ugly 2D art with no perspective to boom, perfect. Picture perfect perspective and renderings. All of a sudden, it's not that everyone got really good at art school. It's that the lens was introduced as a tool for the artists.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like everyone is a tracer. Everyone is a tracer. Oh shit! I love it. It looks good.
Thank you.
I'll take that.
You got the Chinese tiger twins down there. They're pretty pissed. Yeah, man. So one
tiger
of them
twins.
Yeah. And it's like a huge dishonor to like not be able to bring back their mark. So one of them is gonna have to like chop off his hair. And they have like huge, long flowing hair, and they use their hair kind of as a psychic antenna to track.
Oh.
So if he cuts off his hair,
he's back to basics.
Yeah, it's like it's not good.
Do you have like? Do you have like an image of him like finished? That's what I'm saying. Like show me a picture of him so I can see like what he looks like, and I'll try to draw him. I'll try to draw him while I.
Yeah. Hold on. Well, there's some on the website.
Oh, you mean? Yeah, I guess I could just do that. Yeah. Hold on. I'm done. Oh, of course. Yes, for the website that I'm looking at. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
So this guy is the character that I'm looking at. That's your guy.
Yes, but okay, yeah, like full head to toe costume. Yeah, you see him from shoulder to belt. He's already got his utility belt in the first comic, like way ahead of ISO.
See, yeah, I didn't get ISO. I knew that.
Yeah, this is the one I really like when you explained that these are the red lenses, which can see, you know, perhaps demons or
yeah,
you see into the
all kinds of shit that they had banned, and
other wavelengths of.
Does he have something like on his forehead there, or is that just a?
That's just a shadow that I kind of like badly rendered. You know, I was trying stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are my own colors, the pages, so they're going to be. The first one is already recolored. I should update it, but these are my colors. But I'm going to end up using another colorist.
Right. Yeah.
I fired myself. I was too slow.
Oh yeah.
it took me a while. I found one Shiro Masamune artwork piece that is not a porno, just straight up. I mean, you where you can.
Oh, is that you? That's you. Okay.
So you know, there's one which, you know, you said Ghost in the Shell. I'm like, it's and there was an image which directly related to Ghost in the Shell. She has plugs in her back and everything, but she's got something inserted into her, right? And she's she's riding a ball or something. And like but you see that style and you see that face too, and it's the bike. It's the bike that you know, it's like it's not that Akira bike, but could be influenced by, you know.
It's like after he did the first.
I can't go forward. I can't go forwards or backwards. It's just straight nudity.
Oh, it's just yeah, I would imagine. Like after he got like digital, he was just like, oh shit. I just
what Shiro?
Yeah, he went just like crazy with digital stuff. It's all I know exactly what you mean.
When this shit was done.
Oh, I could show you something 90s? I got this week that's almost borderline nudity. Do you guys want to see something that's borderline nudity?
Yeah, pull it up. Oh, I mean, there's a bunch of borderline stuff here too, which has like a little, you know, a little Japanese censor bar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I've done other.
What do I have?
I've seen all the nude tastes, but you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I've never had any of my stuff pulled down, but I don't think I've gotten too
risque.
Have you guys ever heard of this little treasure?
What is it? X women? No.
X women.
Oh, it does say X women. Oh, is that the one by Manara?
That's right.
Yeah. Nowadays, there's something else called EX women. They used to.
Yeah.
No, big difference. But
okay, I'm gonna blow that up. We gotta. Okay.
This guy usually does straight up porn, and they called up Chris Claremont and they said, "Hey, do you want to do something with? We got Milo Manera." He's like, "You know what kind of artist he is, right?"
Hell yeah.
And so basically, they told him to tone it down for the Marvel stuff, but all the ladies are like in super. I mean, they're just absolutely gorgeous, and they look really natural.
Yeah,
you know
he's
what I mean.
working with Frank Miller.
Yeah, that looks great.
A new Sin City too.
He's the waistlines, the hips line.
He's a legend. See, the old Europeans have a hard time with action. See, the dynamic jump kick. Right. This actually really sucks. Like this is
it's very awkward.
This is a bad action shot, and all the Europeans were really bad at it. They're learning now. They're learning from the Japanese and the Americans. But that's what I loved about American comics. It's the action scenes were so much better.
Yes, go in closer. Can you go in closer on that jump kick thing? Like just
sure.
It's so like that. Yeah, that's
It's all well drawn and all, but it's
and
not.
look at the guy. You know, he's gotten kicked in the back, but he's just like, ah,
hey, ow.
He's just very slightly moved, like
no. And if you look at the next panel, he looks. Oops, sorry, hit the mic. He looks more kind of scared. It's like, hey, she hit me.
She's in a miniskirt. This bitch in a miniskirt just hit me.
Yeah,
it does look silly.
It's like she hurt my ego. Okay, great. But the women.
Wait, I was kicked by a woman.
The clothes.
That's pretty good.
It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Okay, we need more of like that. That one.
And you see through their clothes here. You see right through the clothes.
That's great.
It's like X-ray vision.
And that's Psylocke doing that.
You see everything, the whole anatomy. I don't know. I don't really read comics.
Right. No, I know.
I'm not the reader of CG.
Not really a big reader, we'd say. Yeah.
But the pictures.
This is awesome, though. This is well done. This is a bit of action that's well done. She's falling down the hill here. Look, she's sliding. She up here. She's really sliding. Can you see how?
Oh yeah,
she's sliding there.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I would slide in there.
He knows women in action, whether they're falling or tumbling or stretched somehow through space.
She's gotten a little bit dirty.
Gotta stretch the women.
Oh, wait, look at her foot up there by her.
Oh, that's great.
They're gonna run into each other.
Look at her foot up by that thigh picture.
Isn't this fun?
Second panel.
The what?
On the right page. Like when you zoom in where it's just the foot, it looks
like a dick, right? Yeah, I thought that too. So we're too
yeah, he's because I mean in his other comic he also draws dicks and stuff. It's not
just a little suggestive.
Well, yeah, I mean all the European artists do.
Yeah, that's what they're doing over there in Europe. God, dicks.
I mean, it's kind of normal. It's like an R-rated story comics for mature audiences in Europe. Like, it's not filled with sex, but there's like one love scene. It's two panels, 2 pages or something at one point. Maybe 2 if you're lucky.
And honestly, you know, stuff needs just a hint of sex. Sex sells, right? You know, all that stuff, right?
Sex sells easier.
It's the beauty of women, right? And the passion.
It's part of life as well.
Yes.
Like it becomes
it's very meaningful.
Yeah, it becomes pornographic when that's all it is, or when it's gratuitous, when it's not part of the story. It's just
like you said, 2 pages, perfect.
Yeah.
2 panels is too little. 2 pages is perfect. 8 pages, too much.
Maybe.
Taser. Is that a taser?
Yeah.
Okay, for one thing about a taser is you can't tase somebody and be holding on to them at the same time. That guy would have gotten the same shock.
That would have been hilarious.
I mean, that's the way it works. Try taser out sometime. Menard, whoever, anybody, writer, right?
Yeah, he's just.
Oh man,
there's a lot of bikinis in there.
Kind of want to be stranded on a raft right about now. Oh, this is the where the plot develops.
Oh damn!
See, that's sweet. It's very sweet.
That is Rogue. That is definitely.
Oof.
Head wound. Was that a head wound?
I gotta open the window. It's getting hot in here. Yeah, she's got a head wound right here.
Oh man.
Yeah, and it's a little cold over there, something.
I'm just having a really hard time.
A really hard time. focusing.
Guys, yeah.
Guys, I'll be back in 4 minutes. Take me off screen. I'll be back in 4 minutes.
There's nothing pornographic about this comic, but
it's beautiful.
Can I get the focus back on here, please, camera? I know that you can.
Camera's focusing perfectly on the lines in your hand, but
Yeah,
okay, there it goes.
Figure out.
Yeah, you can. It auto focuses, but you sort of have to.
That's great camera. Great camera quality.
Yeah, apparently it's the most popular, influencer camera. So,
All right.
so am I influencing you guys?
Just a bit. But
do you feel influenced right about that?
I was looking at some. Why do I want to say Yoshiyuki Sadamoto? Who the fuck is that? Oh, that's the character designer for Evangelion. Shiro Masamune. Yeah, I was looking at that, and I was trying to find a Ghost in the Shell image, but the closest one I could find was very pornographic.
Great, airplane graveyard shot. Here,
that's great.
Double page.
Oh, apparently an airplane just collided with a helicopter and crashed in Washington, D.C. Maybe fell into the water and such. Look at all. See, that's a whole other thing. Look at those dots. Full legs, and then our feet are dirty too.
Pigs.
That's perfect. But there's so many little piglets, which is like bread. Which is like it's been so bred. You want to be bred so bad? Get in the bread box. It's like.
What the?
I guess they don't have bread boxes anymore, but
bread
that was a meme I
box?
saw. My ex-girlfriend's posted.
Oh, like I know what you're where it's like that, what does it have? Like it's like a drawer, kind of like it has a little door that opens.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever seen Storm look so freaking beautiful?
Damn. All right, that's perfect. Now they're gonna go for something completely different when they.
Yeah, there's a couple.
See, that's my thing with the Superman thing is listen to what they're saying about Captain America right now, or what the guy playing Captain America is saying. Oh, Captain America doesn't represent Captain America, or doesn't represent America. It's like that's what they're going for with Superman. A demoralized nation. Oh, look at the booty shot. Booty shots everywhere. Perfect. And that's what we need more of. Look, it's just so casual. Like, give the fans some
much
service.
better. Yeah, much better action shot in this one.
And you can incorporate it into any style. It's like the fight starts while she's asleep and she's in her nightgown, right?
I'll be right back. I gotta grab my other thing for this.
Damn.
We'll be right back in 4 minutes.
Oh man. Yeah. So absolutely beautiful. I had to get this book. It was like
hell yeah. No, I just pulled it up on that site, on that comic website, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna bookmark this for later because this just looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And this is the way the women characters should look. They shouldn't have the sides of their heads shaved and whatever, right?
They're also drawn very feminine.
Yes, feminine. What's wrong with femininity?
As good as they look, drawn by Jim Lee, they always look a little bit tense.
Yeah,
Jim Lee's characters look a little bit
I get what you're saying.
But the Silvestri had them a little bit more feminine.
Some of these Greek and such sculptors, they were virgins, right? And they had never seen a naked woman because they were chaste men, right? They were virtuous, right? So when they, some of these early sculptures, right, out of marble and whatever that are still out there today, are based on naked men, just without the penis and just with kind of awkward shaped budding breasts.
I know what you're saying. There is like a certain manliness to a lot of
and they kind of have a masculine type, jawline or face, and
well, because some of the models were men.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying is they were allowed to see naked men, but not allowed to be around naked women. So, it's just very strange.
Yeah, but
I don't recall the specific artist.
That's because of Melanie Mack and fucking Razorfist.
That's what she wants to take us back to. She wants to take us back to the marble slums of not the Marvel slums, but the marble slums of.
That's what I'm going to call my comic book company, Marble Comics.
Hey, that would work.
No one would ever know when. Yeah.
No one would ever get the reference, but
they would just think I'm mumbling Marvel Comics.
Yeah, Marble. I don't know. That might be copyrighted. It's like Marble 2, Marble XXX.
If you make it like it's comics, you know what I'm saying? Like if you make the name like real legally distinct, that like usually can make it so it's like it's easier if it includes like a normal a word like that, like marble.
Yeah, combination name word. Yeah.
Marble Mouth Comics.
Marble. Yeah.
Or like Shane Davis, Comets.
I'm gonna pull my
Marble Comets. Marble Comets. Not comics, but
it just sounds like a retarded. Marble Comets.
There's marbles that are flying down as
Marble Comets, guys.
And in the
you
end,
guys read Marble Comets?
It's in the end, it's this like child character, like maybe the end of MIB, right? Men in Black, where there's that marble, right? Universe marble, and he's like throwing these marbles, and they're clashing with each other, and whole universes are being.
Oh yeah, it's so big.
And he's just fucking. He's like big brained, but it's like what do they call it? Like hydrocephaly or something.
Yeah.
So it's like he's not all there, but he's a cosmic being.
He's a cosmic
like
retard.
I'm a cosmic being.
Oh my goodness. Is he
the ego?
He's a comic being.
No, he said he's a cosmic being.
He's a comical being.
I don't know what the background to that sentence was. That statement.
Eric July said he's a cosmic being.
Yeah, it's quoted in one of the songs I think Yanafui did.
Oh.
Man, it's the Big Booty Daddy. It's quoted in there. Man, I'm a cosmic being.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. Man.
I mean, I can definitely imagine him saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's exactly.
He did. I don't know the context of it, but.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, I can hear it in my head. Like, man, I'm a cosmic being. Like, isn't that
right
what KRS-One said? KRS-One said he would. KRS-One would talk about like astral projecting and stuff. There's a lot of weird and Eric July. Okay, there was a thing. Did I talk about this before with you, Mr. Like Self-Destruct? There was a time with on one Ethan's channel where there was these people that all of a sudden came out and said that Eric July was some sort of like doing voodoo and satanic worship and all this stuff. And this was before the Saskas. It was before all that stuff, right?
Who said that?
It was on Ethan's show, and it was on. It was someone online on Twitter or something or other, and they had this whole thing about him doing like voodoo and all this weird shit. It was weird. Like it was like, you know how like you'll find like someone who's like obviously like just gone completely into some like just weird rabbit hole of a cult person, like paranoia.
It feels like a cult because of all these night letters and hey, you're not allowed to talk to this person and all that because you know there's Ethan has revealed it. You know, Shane, a lot of people thought it creepy working with him. Eric Weathers is, you know, I had to
You're allowed to
leave.
associate with whomever you want to.
Yeah.
But
You'll be
just
treated
know
in kind.
we will reciprocate. You know, you will be treated accordingly.
I love like watching cult behavior and mentality. I just think it's
That's what it
fascinating.
is.
And
It is what it is. It's cult behavior.
That's
It
what
is.
That's what I
What
see.
it is
What
a
it-
cult. It is.
What it is a cult. It is. Nonetheless, I do declare.
Nonetheless, no love lost.
Oh my gosh! No, that's a whole thing of like using like repetitive language.
You could do like a soundboard, Eric July.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, if you had them like in numbers,
you
had 'em,
invite
like, in
someone to
numbers.
like with his avatar and just the soundboard. You wouldn't know the
And
difference.
it's like glitching out on the the hippo mouth.
It's
right?
hibbity jibbity anyway, so you can weasel word your way out of anything in the same way by just saying nothing for 5 minutes. You know?
It is what it is. I ain't listening to nobody. Not listening, but I ain't listening to nobody who like you, who is half white. You half white. It's like, dude. Oh,
What color skin do you have?
No, it's like, it's a half black guy who's
mixed?
telling him some shit. Oh, nice one, Dr.Ben.
You're mixed and you can talk to me about.
Yeah. I ain't listening to nobody who's gonna talk to me about being black when they half white. You half white.
Half white.
Flipping out. No.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Look at it. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, machine.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is
Dude, the design, fucking the Japanese, do they know how to design stuff or what?
oh my, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, that was honestly, that was the thing with those guys.
Wait, this is just gooner stuff. This is
this is just for gooning, like mainly, but well, this
is my
the other
gooning
thing.
copy.
Well, speaking of gooning,
Gooner's gonna goon.
The reason I was asking about the translator as well is because this is from what year? This is from 2003. But this is the translator is Frederick L. Scoot. Mr. Scoot. And
Is it
Torrance
shoot
Smith.
or showed? Showed it.
Shoot.
Is that a
Tom
T or-
Orzakowski letters, this same guy who did Spawn.
Does all the Spawn.
Oh.
I've met him. I had him signed an issue. He did like almost all the X-Men back in the day for those guys too.
That's right.
He's just a cool dude. Lives up in Cleveland. Like, because the things like
in your hood.
That's what I'm saying. He's just down the street in the hood. Ranma.
Just down the street, I went to his house.
Well, I don't think he'll let me.
Ranma half. Well, yeah, that's
So the problem I love was this Rumikyo. How do you say that? I say Rumikyo Takahashi.
Rumiko Takahashi.
Rumiko Takahashi.
Rumiko Takahashi.
Yeah, see that's
from the creator of Inuyasha. I didn't know that was the same as Inuyasha.
Yeah, she's fucking lit.
Careful, Dr. Ben, you're gonna get in trouble because Katie pulled up some Inuyasha.
Well, so that's why I'm not gonna look it up because the reason I bring this up is because it is an adapted English adaptation by Jared Jones. He's recently released from prison. DC Comics writer, professional DC Comics writer that was in jail for a number of images they said he shouldn't have had on his computer.
Rob Liefeld drawings?
No, it was. They would have that would have been okay. That would have just been a.
It depends on
see,
certain circles.
See this
one?
Yeah. So look, this stuff is like.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, wait a second. This is.
It's so sleek, man, and the proportions are kind of all fucked up too. Like she's super slender and everything.
Oh, this one's like in black and white. There's one where it's in color.
Yeah.
I did not bring over. But this is like his more like this is before he went like all crazy with like the digital. So it's still might make it a little bit easier to see it. But it's still like him just drawn, and it's just this sleek. Look at that freaking helicopter.
Hell yeah.
Oh man,
I love the technology.
I don't think you can show porn like that on the channel.
No.
Yeah, that's called fan service too. You know, mecha
I'm
stuff.
salivating just looking at that. I
That's
bought
what I mean. Like the way they draw, like all that tech and stuff is just.
I bought a
like,
die-cast helicopter just to use as reference in my own things.
Her
It's
and
so
her
good.
little business suit is like.
You
know, like it's like they go between having like a more, like that face
Stern
and that
face.
face.
Yeah,
that is.
they're-
You know what I'm saying? That is like completely. That is not the same style or like person. You know what I mean? I mean,
well, especially the eyes. You know, the eyes like change from realistic, like you know, stern
just like-
eyes to just boop, little dots.
I would say
And
it's
that's not
conveying
even, like, a
emotion.
big
She's
example
like,
of it.
oh, we've already got some damage, you
They're
know.
very fluid on the style.
So her pupils go super tiny, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And the
All of it
computer
is
says
just
gap.
to move you through the story. Like it's not.
Yeah.
We need to have everything perfect and detailed. It's
Yeah.
just moving you.
Free flowing.
I mean that
Yeah, the storytelling is worth.
image looking up at her. I mean that is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Perfect angle.
Yeah.
Just a tip. It's just.
Oof. Careful, my computer's overheating now.
But then you know what I'm saying, like the next page. I mean that's the thing too, is like he understands like all the stuff with like leading you from like page to page.
Yeah.
Because then like the next thing, change the page. What the hell's going on? Okay, now we're in the office, and it's gonna be like, you know, okay, you're.
Look at her, man. She's grotesque.
Some bullshit.
Oh, this guy on the.
Oh, is that a dude? Oh,
You,
man.
What did he say? Yeah, he says, that's the last thing she said. She was still sleeping or whatever when I got off. When I got off the hello.
When I got her off, she was still sleeping when I got her off.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I want to disturb him. There. Now I really want to know what sort of connection she's got. Give me her files. Yeah, she's been adding insults.
Been adding insult to injury to the Buddha cut.
For us ever since she got her present job. We got to get rid of her before our budget's cut. Don't you think? Well, don't say that. I just want to know what we're up against before we really butt heads with her. Motico, huh? You're getting soft in your old age, Chief. And this isn't cheap. This isn't. I don't know. I gotta. Yeah, look at that's like the top of his head. This.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Oh, that's like one of the early cyborg cuts, isn't it?
Ugh.
He's been cyberized.
Whoa.
Yeah, what does it say right beneath?
Oh, Jimny 30, name of a prosthetic body control software. 30 indicates it's the fiscal 2030 version. Oh, that's from over here. Nice. Let's see her prosthetic bodies and AVI.
Oh, okay.
2030, we're almost there, man. It's like all our future media. We're passing all our future media states, man.
It's gonna come up real fast.
We've got
there's gonna be a lot of deregulation.
I mean, it's just the next presidency.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's gonna be this one, and
20. No, this one's only 4 years.
It's going to accelerate right after. I mean, right during this time. It's Agenda 2030. You know, it's
Project 2025.
Elon Musk is going to be, you know,
right now. So you know,
tip of the spear in inserting, you know, stuff into insert in. All right, and this goes into the manga stuff as well, right?
Timely with
it's going to be this golden thread, which has to be inserted into the brain, which they are already doing human trials of, right, on quadriplegic patients, right? and being like, oh, they can control, computers now.
Yeah.
And so then it's going to be they can control, the hands of, these $16,000 hands or whatever it is, right?
Well, there's something with
so
them like doing like
quadriplegics can then
jobs.
work.
Yeah.
And then it's going to roll back, and they're going to say, these don't work on normal people, so we have to put them into infants.
Yeah, you have to be.
And then that's
yeah.
What is that? That's Excel World, where it plays into Sword Art Online. Same world, right? Where you can be trapped in a video game.
Right.
Isn't that already? I think life feels already like we're trapped in a video game.
That's what I'm saying. Like he is just. Yes. Have you ever used the what do they call that stuff? The like the black and white the screen tones, Frederick?
Dude, yeah, I got screen tones, and I'm gonna put screen tones on this page here. Yeah, they're fucking expensive as fuck though.
I would imagine. I've never seen them, so I've never used them. But like I know there's.
I used to do screen tones a lot when I was a teenager. Now I've do it with moderation.
Right.
But back then we had there was like
right
transparent stickers that you could photocopy on. So we'd photocopy our screen tones, and it would cost nothing. Like it would just cost the source transparent sheets. And we put screen tones all over our comics. And we were a fan of Jamie Hewlett and Tank Girl, and he would just overkill with the screen tones. It was all over the place. It was freaking punk, stylish, old school comics. I love it, man. It's like when you put screen tone on your original art, it feels like, it's like, I don't know how to say this, but screen tones are so old school comics. There's something about it that you got to try it.
It's like, because it's like a clear sticker. And it just has the little
it's a sticker sheet.
The design is. Yeah.
Basically, you'll cut out larger than what you need. You stick it on your page after you've inked, and then you take a knife, an X-Acto knife, and you cut softly because it's a thin sheet. So you just need to like gently press your knife into it, and it'll cut. And then you cut the shape out of what you want to remove. So basically, you cut the excess straight off the page. That way what you got is precisely in place. And
here, this is one.
It's got a great finish.
Ooh, I've got a Believe It or Not book, hardcover.
Yeah, well this is like, I'm seeing like that look of like those old
true ghost stories. Nice.
There's this super, they just,
oh shit, that's good.
Yeah. I was gonna pull one up. I put it over here.
I got a lyric right here. It's you put on the video helmet and quickly realize that this is not just another video game. Your entire field of vision fills with an otherworldly scene. You're in the game. One day will come.
That's Atari Teenage Riot.
Space. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Thank you.
Kids.
And you never ever want to get out because reality is shit and cyberspace is God. Delete yourself. Go, 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 go.
They are so high energy, man. It's like
hell yeah.
Fucking insane. Yeah. The kids are united. Oh, it's great. No, it's a beautiful, beautiful music.
Is this hyper real? Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. Cyberpunk.
I was glancing at this also. This what is it? Lamentations? Yes.
Lamentations of the women.
You will hear their lamentations. I'll just present this and just scroll through it. Some of this shit is wild. This is
Oh,
the God
this is those
guys.
guys. Yeah.
Them guys. So
that's them boys.
notice
That's them boys. Okay.
the imagery, them boys.
Yeah, that's
Lamentations.
you were showing me this the other day. That's what I was like, holy shit. These guys
Was it? I didn't even have this link. Oh no. I pulled up the campaign, right? Or
yeah. That's what I mean. Like,
I gave
just
you the
looking
link
at
to the
that.
campaign, and yeah, and I didn't even read to the bottom, and you read to the bottom, and I'm like, shit, I already backed the book, and I didn't even know, like, you go up against this God entity, right? You defy the will, right, of this thing, and it's like the whole world becomes your enemy, right? That was their premise. To whom this may find, there's nothing left. This is all. Every record, every page, everything, all gone. It has happened. Year zero. I had my AI assistant, blah, 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 stuff, words. There's better words further down in here. How lonely sits the city that was full of people. How like a widow she is, who was great among the nations. That's kind of like Revelations.
The whore of Babylon
has become, that's what I was thinking. Has become a slave. She weeps bitterly in the night, her tears on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she has none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They have become her enemies. Yeah, these guys draw from so much. Look at all this stuff. And this is just the first issue of the Great Reshaping. And this was just the first issue of what?
Yeah, like all that was weird. Like, what is
you
that?
Notice the caricature in here, all the feet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just wild.
The most prolific evils came, of course, from those who believed human nature could be quantified. Pretty deep. It's very long. Oh, here's a night letter. The business.
The business.
To Ryan T at blank from blank human resources. Hi, Ryan. Per company policy, look at the all-seeing eye. Per company policy, all employees and partners are required to sign and return the commitment to truth, trust, and integrity booklet presented to them at the end of the last blah, blah, blah in the seminar. It has been brought to our attention that your pledge remains unsigned. Please have it completed and returned by end of day Friday. See attached. Failure to do so may result in an internal audit and or termination with a ding against your score per an analysis of your social media and personal devices. Kindly blank. The Superman. This image right here. Frederick, you know this image?
Do I?
Yeah. Red Dragon, is it?
Yeah. Don't think I'm familiar with that one specifically.
It's a classic.
You saw what is it's in like the Red Dragon movie too, right?
Yeah. I think it's tattooed on the guy's back.
Is that what it's called? Is it who is it?
I'm not certain it's called the Red Dragon. I honestly can't think of the name of this. The media are priests. For over 100 years, we've been told who to worship. The new man, the great man, the Superman, the Ubermensch, right?
Ubermensch.
What did I say? And all is right. But now there is God and all is right. The Father. I don't like watching TV. Patricia knows this. We've talked about it. And there's things on there I don't understand. Things, it seems, only the children do. And it's always about God. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'll read this once I get the files, but they've published the full things on their website. So, they just want them to be shared.
Right? Yeah.
This is just the first book, and it's so many pages, and the background images are wild.
Yeah, that's
okay. Here's another one. You see that?
Oh, this is no. I'm trying to find the name of I've got the search.
See that face right there? Yeah. I mean, I've seen these images elsewhere. Well, not all of them.
Right,
but,
right.
The ancient art, and I say ancient, it was like 1400s, 1500s, whatever. 1700. I don't know. We are all victims of humanness. Human supremacy. Let's unpack that. Humanness is a system that promotes or perpetuates human supremacy. A single individual, if individuals exist,
if they even exist,
we must be anti-humanness.
Check your human privilege.
Yeah, because they're pumping some kind of sentient metal into people in their world, in their universe. There's no reprieve, no safety, no shelter. They will consume everything you love. Everything beautiful will be trampled by politics and zealotry. Remember, the devil was an idealist. Hell is a bureaucracy. I've heard that term too.
Yeah,
they're drawing from so many things I already know.
Path to hell is paved with good intentions.
Look at this one. This is wild. So here's the Ouroboros, right?
Yeah.
And it says, suffer the little children, suffer the little children, just repeatedly. If the guys were going to stay on just a little bit longer, I was going to pull this up. There's another night letter, right? It's all
what do you think
blacked
this
out.
means right here? What do you guys trying to say with this here?
A mind is a terrible thing a mind is a terrible thing to have a heart.
It's terrifying.
And there's the Nazi thing. Well, not Nazi. Swastika isn't necessarily Nazi.
It's the hooked cross. Yeah.
Right.
There was a guy named he called himself Man Woman. That was around in I think the 70s, 80s, and 90s, right? That was covered in matching tattoos on each side of his body. They were all swastikas. Every
I know this guy.
And it was his goal in life was he dreamt about getting all of his tattoos, and so that is why he got them. And it was his goal in life was to make the swastika return to its image of peace and cleanse it from the Nazi. I'm like,
Ganesha has a swastika,
Yeah.
It's common in thousands.
It's in all kinds of designs. If you look, you'll see it's
designs, cultures.
Oh yeah,
it's in the stars. If it is it the North Star or surrounding the North Star?
Yeah,
Big Dipper.
If it's time lapsed,
it's the Dipper around the Polaris, the North Star.
Right.
So
if it's time lapsed, it's perfect swastika.
Over 4 seasons. Yeah, I think it's the 4 seasons. So it does a complete 360, and it looks the same as a swastika, basically.
Yeah,
Jewish space lasers. Yeah,
so
that's the whole thing.
It's in other cultures. It's not.
Yeah.
Limited to Germany.
Somebody had a swastika as a donut. Like a pink donut, right? Like Simpsons or something, you would think, right?
Right.
I'm like, damn, that's pretty fucking good, because it doesn't mean what we've been told it means. It does to a certain subset.
We've been lied to like crazy in the schools, the history books. It's just,
you know what they say. It's the apocalypse somewhere. So, and then here's read book 2. Book 2, Psalms of Hell.
Ooh.
That's another image in the background. Make no mistake, it was demons that led us here. I believe demons are in the internet and all kinds of shit too.
Oh my God. Yeah, of course. It has to be half of it. People, demons, and people that are working with them, channeling them.
Well,
told things by them.
Background programs are called demons.
Yeah, daemon. Yeah. And that goes back to ancient Greece. God, who was it? Plato, maybe? Testifying before the Senate, right? Being like, where do you? And they're like, where do you get your knowledge from? And he's like, well, my daemon tells me so. His which I guess in Greek was it's die, right, in half. You know, it's split, right?
Split personality.
As in DI, and then it's
okay,
something
yeah,
greater. It's something that is not attached to, you know, the common mortality or something. Something that transcend. See, there's an image right there too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I love I would love for Patrick to have had these guys on for, you know, 2.5 hours instead of like an hour and 50 something minutes or something.
Yeah, for sure.
But he probably had to poop or something, you know. So
something like that.
Let it go, let it rot, let it be taken. Why try? Why cry? Why? Give what isn't wanted. Save what should be trodden. Why? The pit, the hole, the gaping maw, the not, the none, the no, the gone, atrophy, entropy, everything in between. Why? Let it go, let it fall. Why it all? But there's that image that I've seen somewhere, and this looks like a certain culture, I would say.
Yeah. Well, some of that has got to be is it Gustav Dory? I've got a book of like the one guy's like pictures or whatever. They're like that.
Eat the past, vomit the future. What? Jesus. Drink the old, grind the young.
Yeah.
This is right up your alley, Doctor. Wormwood.
Damn.
And you can buy the PDF for, you know, $20. And this will be included in it. Well, I mean, or you could just save all of these images and
do that.
Because they're putting them all out there.
Oh.
Asmodeus.
It's one of
Asmodeus,
the
whatever.
Demon Lords of Hell, I believe.
Yeah. Ziz. Yeah, that's another one.
Which one?
Above, beyond, climbing, drifting ever further, gliding higher,
yeah.
infinitely, jetting, killing little mice, never over, perpetual questions, reasoning, stupid, trembling, humans, not humans, humans, violent with xenocide. Why? Ziz. This is bizarre. Yeah, I would have loved to pull this thing up. I had the first one pulled up, and then Patrick's like, gonna end soon. What
the hell's hard time?
Well, he's got to go to bed. You know, his mom was like, "It's bedtime, Patrick."
His mom is sending him a text message like, "Look at this. I want more. Great. That one's fucking great. Killer. Lucifer order. There must be order. Abaddon.
Yeah.
The end. Book 3. I mean, I'm just trying to scroll through it quickly, you know. I think they have 4 of these out there, right? Bunch of children.
Oh. Appearance and reign of the children of perdition. What?
Fury. Right. Summer rain feels like lukewarm napalm against the skin. Holy shit.
What are you? Okay. Fury. Furry. Fury.
Fury. Not furry. See, there's a fucking goat head right there too. Pretty sure. Could be wrong.
Wait a minute.
Summer
like
rain feels like
area?
lukewarm napalm against the skin. Yeah. And so it looks like an eye right here, an eye right here, and an ear over here. You know. I don't know. Vaguely. There's a lot of layers to this, I guess. And then here's the text which is you would have to flip the page to see it. All right. Chronos. Oh, that's great.
Oh, shit.
That's great. Maitreya. That's a whole other thing, man. I mean, we could have like an 8-hour fucking stream with these guys. Explain this. Explain this one.
What does this mean? Read this. Read this out loud. Start screaming and
You got to start a
Narration.
podcast called The Interrogation Room, where you can, grill people.
The interrogation of Godfo.
Yeah. But that's what I marked when I interviewed Patrick. I said it was like the interrogation of Patrick Quinlan.
Yeah.
I didn't give him the business though. It was just...
He does have that sacrilegious image behind him of the Last Supper as the Fantastic Four.
Right?
I just thought that was funny. I'm like, oh, you say you're like a Christian nationalist, like hardcore, but I love the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
I know you do, but still, what is that? I had to point that out.
Yeah.
This is weird. See, this is so weird, but I really like it too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it does have the feel of like they were saying, like something in like the 90s. Like I could see, how like 9 Inch Nails would have like all those weird like extra shit things like for
hell yeah.
Like it reminds me of that kind of stuff, or like
they're musicians as well. What is this one?
They met in the context of making music.
Here's their Is that how they said they met?
They were both in bands.
Different bands.
Different bands that were playing the same gigs, so they would like run into each other.
So here's 6 songs. I guess they have to 7. I put a spell on you, running up the hill. Nothing compares to you. Cover. I'll listen to it at some point. Here's their YouTube page. Well, for their band, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just run this one out. Lamentations, book 4. Headless. It's a good image.
Kind of crazy being at the last page, man. It's like it's been a ride.
Yeah,
it feels like the book exists despite it not being completed or finished. It exists in the form of the originals or completed. Like if I were to die, you could like see, this was his last work, before he
could be finished off. Old Frederick wanted was to see his Bitcoin comic finally printed.
Yes.
What do you have the script down? I mean, you have the script down.
I did some editing since the first script, so I don't have a final draft of the dialogues and stuff. So I'm going to be doing some scripting a little bit in the Marvel way method, in the sense that I'll be doing some scripting after everything's on page. But I know all the scenes kind of by heart, so I know everything that happens. It's not like it's all in my head now.
What the hell?
But scripting's super important. Dialogue's super important. Can't neglect that part.
Yeah. This is a whole other thing they have is Revelations. That was Lamentations. This is oh shit. Has no head. That's a demonic entity. Here.
It's got some berserk vibes with the demons.
Lots of words.
Oh, that could be a Blemmy. You heard about the Blemmies?
The Blemmings. I heard about the Lemmings, but not the Blemmings.
Oh, that face.
Blemmies are like these things. They're like a guy, but like their face is on their chest. They don't have a head.
Oh yeah, those guys used to run around rampant, but they're kind of gone extinct or something.
Yeah, it's like there's all these.
Yeah, I've seen those images.
Yeah, there's weird videos and pictures of all this stuff. It's like.
Yeah, it was about the time when they discovered also like horse and dog-headed people.
Yeah.
There was a lot of dog-headed people, but they were kind of dumb.
Okay, so I haven't slept, Dr. R. Enoch.
I mean, no offense to any dog-headed people that might be listening out there.
Right.
Plenty of dog-headed people out there.
I don't want to sound like, like I put them all in the same. Like if I would meet a dog-headed person, I would judge him on his own values, by the content of his dog head.
By the content of what's in his dog head, not
That's right.
Not by the look of his dog head.
Or if it was
what are you
like
drawing, Dr. Ben?
I'm trying to draw Frederick's guy. I'm trying to figure
Oh
out.
yeah.
Oh, Rattel, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically a honey badger design, right?
I don't know what that
Okay.
means.
Because
I can
Rattel
see
is Rattel is the French word for honey badger.
Oh,
So it's like
perfect.
in English,
And he
it would
has
be,
no fear, and the honey badgers,
doesn't give a fuck.
yeah, they'll.
Yeah, they're fearless. Yeah, because it's also the mascot for Bitcoin, so it fits all.
Oh, is that what his little
It all fits.
the thing he's riding on is?
It's a quadcopter, yeah, with the face of a honey badger.
A honey badger. Okay.
In the most kind of abstract form, right? It's almost the Superman's S, because I got it on his chest as well, and it's like it feels like Superman's emblem with two Nike symbols with the eyes,
Yeah.
So
And like that stripe, because it has that kind of the stripe color or whatever. I know what you're talking about.
I'm also imagining that I'll eventually like change up the costume, like same with like Iron Man has different suits. He can have like different outfits for different missions.
Oh, right. Like how they got like the Arctic outfit and then the solar one and night vision.
Yeah, to sell a bunch of toys later down the line to,
How does he stick on the board things? Has he got magnets or something? Or
No, it's just like skateboarding, because the board hovers in place, and he grew up snowboarding during the winter up in Canada, so he's like super used to hanging out on snowboards and doing like flips and stuff. So it's like skateboarding, or it's like doing a half pipe, except you can't miss because you're gonna fucking crash.
Fall. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got shoulder pads, so he's fine. It's all secured.
Okay.
But he's gonna have crashes. I think crashes are gonna be part for the course.
It's almost like his shoulder pads are almost like a little, like, what is that? Like Judge Dredd or something?
Yeah, they're kind of. I was thinking of some Jay Lee art. They're a little abstract. You got to cheat a little bit because they're kind of like a little bit old school knight armor that would kind of like fit one into the other, like plates. It's like a little bit like mobile plates are on the shoulder, but they've got also that Liefeld kind of curvy shoulder pads.
Just light armor pauldrons.
Yeah, when you eventually crash into the side of a building.
Wait, you think like he could he could slam one of those into because he has no fear. He could slam one of those right into someone's face. I assume he gets physically. Well, I mean, maybe not in the first issue, right? But I assume he gets physically tore the hell up.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get torn the hell up. I mean, he's already in a fight in the first issue. I haven't done the damage. I gotta draw the damage and stuff.
Right. Okay.
Well, I don't know.
So is his costume going to end up, somewhat ripped up and?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, by the end, by this panel, maybe.
Yeah, probably a couple of pages ahead. So I've got to, because hold on, let me show you. This is the page beforehand. And
hold on, I'll put it on the.
This is the first time you see
zooming right into them.
This is the first time you see the Tiger Twins. They come on.
Their hair, what is it? What did you say? They're
Yeah, they're like antenna, like hair.
Yeah, antenna.
Because they're like trackers. They're like, and all these guys are like statues. They're like marble statues, completely white. Because she's a Black Medusa. She is from marble.
Marble comets.
See, you get it, Dr.
Marble comets. Here we got Frederick Kumar. And, Marble comet.
So this is because the character here is a Haitian voodoo priestess who's basically a Black Medusa. Her rastas her restus turn into snakes, and her eyes glow, and they turn people into statues. So that's why they're meeting her with the sunglasses here.
Okay. So do they have to see her eyes to, be transformed, or?
I haven't gone that deep into the lore yet.
All right. That's good enough. Yeah.
But, everything's out of order here. I got a bunch of. See, this is where they're gonna be like fighting. A lot of punching.
I like that one. Punch straight through. Yeah.
Some falling down.
It's like he has no fear of his arm getting grabbed and snapped.
Yeah. So he's like, no hesitation. I gotta redraw the hand because I was drawing a fist, but he like, pushes him in there. So I gotta redraw the hand to be like an open hand for it to make
I see
sense.
his head right there. Jeez.
See, that's the thing. So stars. Here's where, I'm bringing back like cartoon stars because it's comics. We have to use the language of comics.
Yeah.
And not all the time, like in a goofy way, but in the right moment. And this is where he's gonna get the damage. So if I'm gonna bust his, I gotta do it before I ink the sucker.
Yeah.
But this would be where like he could like get on it. Well, he breaks in here, but he also falls down here. And once he falls there, then he comes back up here. So this is where like they're assaulting her here. So here they like come up on the rooftop. She's got pretty eyes.
Yeah, very.
She's like, holy shit, you guys are gonna totally rape me or something. And then the hero like comes from behind and he's like,
comes zooming in.
Hey fuckers, you forgot I'm on a quadcopter. Tried to throw me off the building, you fucking. I'm not gonna say any bad words. It's PG-13. And so it's not really a fight at this, so he just zooms in and then he page, he just grabs her. He didn't ask.
He zooms in and he could buzz their heads, like.
Yeah. I mean,
no. He doesn't buzz their heads. He just buzzes by.
He leaves them in the dust, right? He just
and that's when that is their failure.
Yes.
So as you said.
So next issue they're gonna be.
I like those. I like those leg muscles of his, man.
Yeah. Gotta have strong legs to be doing that kind of stuff,
Hell yeah.
Quick reflexes. Can't skip leg days, what I'm trying to say.
I was trying to look for this I'll be scrolling through my Twitter likes for a long ass time now. There was I'm sure you've seen it, somebody actually riding on a
yes.
I mean, standing up, riding on a
I've got the video. Yeah, I've got the video in my archives.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm probably
perfect.
Yeah. So it's everything about this is possible.
Yeah, it's totally realistic, man.
So the guy, I gave him a legit background. He comes out of prison. He's loaded with Bitcoin. So he's basically black market Batman. So he's like working out of the. Because he's fresh out of prison, so he can't rent officially any place. So he's like kind of paying this blind woman to rent out her basement, and he puts in machinery there, and he works at. It's a place where he can work out of secrecy, whereas he's got to have another place where he's like as an ex-con where he's in parole and he's got to like be overwatched and everything. So he's got to deal with the coming out of prison at the same time as. He's yearning for freedom like you've never imagined before. So that's why he does crazy stuff like a quadcopter. He's like, I want to fly around the city. He's overcompensating for being locked up. Or I mean, I don't know if it's over, but he's definitely, making up for lost time at the very least. And he's turning into a vigilante. And this is his first run on the city, and he spots them chasing her. Or she sends out a psychic help signal, I think that's what really happens because he just happens to notice her. It's a pretty coincidental thing. she needs help, and she's a psychic spy, right? She's a Russian spy. She's a leftover from the Soviet era spy training. So she was a young girl when it started, and she was like kind of raised to be a psychic spy and all that. She's still a virgin as well, which is a rare thing. But to have her powers to be the full extent, she can't have any. She can't copulate at all.
Oh,
so
okay.
Because she would lose her powers, would be cut by like instantly.
That have either of you ever seen The Hunger TV series?
The Hunger TV series.
Don't think so.
Yeah, I just started watching it on Amazon. It's from the first season might have been from like '89 or something, but the second season has David Bowie as a host, and the first episode of the first season is called "The Swords," and it's Musadora. She is this character who is kind of oh man, I found Razor Fist with eyeliner.
Oh, dude, watch out. Yeah. There's like videos of Razor Fist out there. You don't want to Google anything.
I don't. Anyways, no.
Unless you want to Google yourself, you know.
Oh man, here's Melanie Mack with her husband, ex-husband, and then her ex-husband here with his new wife.
What is she like? Can you share?
You want to see it?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Why does everyone hate Melanie Mack?
I don't hate her. I'm fine with her. I think she's cool.
But so many other people are all.
No, I know. Like even on my own show, everyone like hates on her. And she's got bad takes, but like I never listen to what women say anyways.
She looks like a kid, but she's what, in her 40s or something?
39.
Yeah, I believe she's 40.
No, she's 39, so she's
39.
She's about to hit the wall.
I think she has.
Well, I think that's why I watch her live streams. I want to see her hitting the wall live.
Okay, yeah. Here's her.
And the dark side of Frederick.
Is that dark?
Her and the husband. and then her. They divorced. She looks happy here.
No, I'm just joking. Obviously, I think she's.
I know what you mean. Like she's definitely like what is going to happen next? Like what is this lady going to do? Like,
shit! What I said, no meat, just bones. Because seems like he likes anorexic bitches, way too flat for my liking.
Yeah.
So like then the guy. Hold on, I'll just open this bigger. Oh, there you go. Let's get it better quality. Okay.
This is her ex-husband.
Yeah.
And who's he with now?
What?
Who's with this girl now?
That's the
rubbing
new girl?
off on Frederick.
Oh, I thought that was just other pictures of Melanie Mack. It's like,
who is he with now?
Is he single?
No, not in that sense, but like I'm thinking like with who did he replace Melanie Mack?
Frederick Quinlan. Come on.
Is it an upgrade or is it a downgrade?
Probably in terms of personality, an upgrade.
Yeah, but it seems to be like a side grade because she looks pretty much the same.
Yeah, he has a type, right?
Oh wait, she's
that's
very
the
old
cute
lady,
here,
and that's the new girl.
She's cute. Yeah, she looks great. I'm not hating on Melanie.
I thought it was the same person.
Me too.
Oh, see the tattoo.
Oh well, yeah, okay.
Well, you don't see any tattoos here. There's a hoodie, right?
Right.
You see like a little tiny bit of cleavage, actually, which means she must have been a little healthier weight back then. Maybe.
Well, that's kind of weird to them now. Now it's like we're looking at like his fetish. Like he's like, I like
so he looks really happy here. Then he looks like I'm smiling because I'm smiling.
I mean, if he had like went gay and gone out with a guy, like her faggot videos would make so much more sense.
Well,
what if the new girl is a like a one of these new ladies?
No, look at her
girl
frame.
Could be a OnlyFans girl or something. You never know.
There's the
They
only
could have touched
way.
up those photos.
No, those are like ladyboy proportions, and she's not Asian, so I wouldn't bet on it. But I mean, there's always a chance. I mean, the first question you got to ask a girl now is, how long have you been a girl?
My whole life.
No, that's a good. That's the right answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's if you haven't seen this one. Suit yourself.
Oh, I know
that's Gothic's test render. Suit yourself is fucking insane.
Yes. And have you seen like he has all these long drawn out videos on his YouTube of like all this bizarre stories and all these characters talking. They all have weird voices. And some of this stuff is good, but then also
oh my god, the shoulder hair child. Like this is what I'm telling you, Dr. Ben. You got to get on it with the shoulder hair. Look at that shit.
I'd love to know how much. I'd love to know how much Gothix is being paid to. I wonder how much Gothic is being paid to
Ethan
take the hits now.
Ethan said,
they're not.
He knows how much she's being paid. $500 a week. He said.
She's not going to acknowledge my complaints. Gotham.
Oh no, definitely not.
No, none of them. Not even this fucking what's his face, Sturgis. It's so bizarre.
Like, here's your favorite frog, Ben.
Oh, yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Oh look, he's the chosen one.
No, that has to be because that must have been like a initial one.
Oh my god!
What the? Is that a gunt? Is that what that is?
Yeah. Here's Razor Fist.
Oh no.
That actually looks pretty fucking decent.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you can't deny Suit's like abilities with whatever.
Little Michael Jackson looking.
He's definitely having fun and knows how to do. Which one is this? Zach?
Chad. Shadiversity.
Oh, Shad.
Guy who wears armor all the time. I used to
follow.
Oh
yeah, he's the professional artist.
Yeah, AI artist. Yeah. What I do is I create some AI art, and then I go into in painting, and I drop it into Photoshop, and I remove the bad parts. Jesus Christ, Biden.
What is that? It's like a.
That's creepy, man. I mean, all this shit is creepy. Trump.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately.
Oh.
Right.
Horror show.
Like a Chad.
Oh, he had a Cecil there too.
Well, it's the uncanny valley, right? It's too close to real, and then it's
Hill versus Babyface. Not fat enough. Eric July.
He's just turned 50.
What it is see, that's not fat enough either.
Yeah. No. And he's too tall.
Yeah. Look, there's Cecil.
Yeah, that seems accurate.
Oh, nipples. That's
oh my gosh.
Critical drinker. That looks pretty good. Neurotic. So he's got all these fucking. I haven't live. No, he's playing games. Yeah, all this crazy shit. My Little Pony thing. Oh God. Father Hostage and Detective Suit Chapter 2 work in progress. Let's just see this one.
That's what I'm saying.
They're
crazy.
Well, I can't play audio anyways.
I'll be right back.
I may have seen this already.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you have the
4 weeks
with the audio, it is probably
worse.
Yeah. I didn't want to.
More horror show if that's possible. God. And there's a sauce. Oh my God. Now killing it.
That's what I mean. It's like it's cursed. It's cursed. If anything is cursed, it's definitely that. Like, what about like that I sent the image from that. I sold that. I mean, not to make that guy feel weirder, but also he did buy it knowing that like the fan art from Red Room or whatever that I did. Like
yeah.
that a cursed image now? I mean, it has to be. If that guy, he died.
Yeah, could
I
very well
mean,
be.
I've definitely talked at some point about all that was weird. Like all those people were all so mad at me. I was like, I didn't even do anything. I was like for him. Like I wasn't against dude. I was like, he should not be canceled. Canceling is not cool. Let's not cancel him.
Yeah.
And they took that to mean that I wanted him to leave forever. I was like, the hell? What are you guys doing? Why are you so crazy?
Do you have the power to cancel people, Dr.Ben?
I do. Well, this is telling him with
like, I do.
No, I
think he was trying to uncancel.
Yeah, that was basically that was my goal.
Oh, dude, if there was like a Thanos the
snap
of YouTube comic book artists that would come in and snap and cancel half of everybody. Cancel. That'd be brutal.
Yeah. Well, so it was just so weird. And this is going to be the first, I don't know. It's like no one likes, I mean, obviously who wants to talk about any of that aspect of it, but it's also like they don't talk about it and it's so like loud. Well, like when you don't talk about something.
Yeah, which aspect do you mean?
With Piscor, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he it's like they don't talk about anything with the end of him. They're just
it was brutal how they ignored the whole thing, and the people he's named are still working at Dark Horse, and it's been a year now. I haven't heard anyone really do anything.
They've had no consequence.
Yeah.
Well, when did what was the date where he took his life? It was April 1st, right? It was around
something. Yeah.
The week before April 1st or something.
Maybe he's still alive if it was April 1st.
Maybe he's coming back this April 1st.
What if, I mean, is that could be possible for all we know, you know what I'm saying? But then you'd his sister, that's what I'm saying, is then his sister and his brother and shit, all these people would show up on Twitter and Instagram and stuff and be like, he's really dead, fuck you. I'm like, oh. I mean,
but we'd be like a cult. We'd be like, Ed Piscor is coming back.
Well, he's not coming back.
The resurrection.
He is down in Cuba with Tupac. That's what I always figure. I was like, if I'm gonna start a conspiracy about him, he's not coming back. He's down there with Tupac. They're just down there.
Could be
down there chilling.
Could be.
Yeah.
I mean, you can fake your death.
Called in a big favor, hey guys, I made your hip hop book. Have you guys seen the hip hop book he did?
I've seen it advertised, but I've never. I've looked through it. No, not the hip hop book. I know he's got the X-Men. What's it called? The whole history of the
Grand
X-Men?
Design.
Grand Design. But
in the hip hop one, there's also a bit where he redid the. See, Frederick would remember this too. You remember the button fly Levi's commercial?
Yeah. That was ridiculous. Button fly.
Because it was Rob Liefeld and Spike Lee, and I remember seeing that on TV as a kid and being like, "Oh shit, it's X-Force. That's Rob Leaf." You know what I mean? It was on all the time.
He was the coolest person in comics at that moment. He's just blowing up. It's crazy. They were rock stars. They were I think he says that still, you will never, or Silvestri that says that, you'll never have that moment again. That was a unique moment in comic book history. That's kind of it's kind of like a surfer getting a peak on a wave, It's you can't get that again. You can get other waves.
Ride that first wave.
But they're not as big. They're not this tsunami was a special occasion that one year,
Right. Well, yeah, it's just it's just like a certain thing. And that's what I'm saying, is seeing it as like a kid is like crazy, but then imagining being Leafield or being like Dan Fraga or Chap Yape or whoever, Merritt Michaels or whoever, all these guys that were like, like I said, kind of like the B team, like not the library Leafields, but like his like helpers and like the guys he was propping up, like to be those guys and be like, damn, that's when I was alive. Like they're selling millions of copies of Spawn every time. Insane. Like every comic that came out from them was just, but so Piscor made a comic of that commercial, the 501 Jeans commercial. And that's what I'm saying. And he drew it in like a Rob Liefeld style.
Oh man.
That's what I'm saying. Like he interviewed Liefeld. He interviewed,
yes,
like,
I know. I was
going
to say that earlier. Like one of my favorite shows was his. Yeah. I was so sad because I wasn't a fan of his comics, but I followed the Kayfabe show all the time, Cartoonist Kayfabe, and he would invite Liefeld on, and they would go through one of his comics, page by page, panel by panel, and he would ask him, "Okay, why did you do this? Well, what about this? Is this where'd you get this from?" And Liefeld would get into it. Oh yeah, blah, 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 I remember this. This was happening. Oh, let me pull out I think I got the original art of that. It was so good, man. And he had a great connection with them. It's like you don't see Liefeld do that with any other podcaster. It's like it breaks my heart.
Well, it's when he
now it's gone forever.
Fucking cancel culture, stupid bullshit girl what the fuck happened to her? Like she came out, I think he groomed me because he invited me to have a place to stay during a conference.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying essentially. And it was like it was 2020 or 2019. It was, I think it was during COVID. That was and then Dr.Ben corrected me when we were on the stream the other morning, and he said no, that was her reposting that because she had posted it at some point before because it didn't get traction before, but at this point it did.
Oh, it was a repost. Okay.
Yeah. And it was on Instagram, I believe, because it was Instagram DMs. I pulled up something or a few things. But
here,
watch again.
So as far as I know, there's no like accusation of physical violation.
Yeah.
So she was 17 when he, he was messaging her, chatting her up, saying, "I like the art you're doing." Right, doctor.
Yeah.
Saying, "I like the art you're doing," and then she was like, "Oh, glazing him up, like, "Oh, thank you so much," and they're back and forth glazing, right?
Yeah, it was like,
"Oh, thank you so much. I love what you're doing too." And if you're ever, I guess they were in similar areas, right?
I think it was like she was maybe over in Philadelphia. Yeah, because he said he was like, "If you ever come over on my side of the state."
Yeah, I recall. I recall it wasn't terribly far or something, right?
It's she was thinking of attending a conference that was in his city or something. So he was saying, "Well, if you're looking for a place to crash, I've got a spare bedroom that you can come."
Yeah, and I have games and whatever else.
Well, play some games with me.
Are you sure he didn't say I have game?
No.
Come over, baby. I got a spare bedroom and I got game.
Oh shit!
Apparently, this is a real concert.
Oh yeah. That's like
that's cool.
And it's just all, I guess projection, right?
Holographic stuff.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they brought Tupac back to life in holographic shit.
Yeah.
They did Michael Jackson in holographic shit.
But I've never seen it in person, so I'd love to. I mean, Disney's done some good hologram stuff.
There could be drugs in the $10 water that you get,
You hope so. I mean, if you're paying $10 for water, you hope you better be drugs. What is this? This looks interesting.
Hey, what do you want to drink?
Might be AI. How that feels.
This one is not AI.
No, look at like that. Her butt was definitely. I don't know.
Well, we need to study this further.
Rose Hart.
Zoom and enhance.
Yeah, bring that like
Rose Hart. No, you pull that name up and here's
we'll pause it when it's the back of her.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's not an ass.
Oh, that's probably those shaper.
See, look at that. That's
shaper
yeah. No, look at that. That's fucking square. That's AI, man. That's right. That's AI. And look at her hair. No girl would have her hair like that. It's like, yeah.
Oh,
it's like there's parts of it that like don't move quite right.
Think of the hair. Hold on.
Yeah.
Nah, that's bad.
That's the same hair too.
Yeah.
And that is totally real. I mean, I can confirm.
Yeah, that one's real.
I pulled that up. Yeah, see, perfect waitress. You know, but she's not a waitress. Or if she is, I doubt it. You know.
Yeah, waitresses don't smile that much.
No.
Rose Hart with 2 T's. Woo! Woo!
Are you saying she's real? She's not an AI?
She's real. Yeah, she's real. She's
well, what about the
OnlyFans model? Here you go. European mythology versus
before we
American
move on
mythology.
to something else. Like, is this the same video of the girl that we saw her ass turn into squares?
Yeah.
That one was real, or that one was AI?
This is going to be like the downfall. Is we're going to have to question everything. Is this
exactly
real?
Right?
Yeah, it could have been it could have been enhanced by AI, like you said, with the hair.
Are you even real?
Because the OF videos I had seen were
people send stuff to you know. Look at this.
Okay, but here you go. European mythology versus American mythology. Here's us Americans over here. Here's the Europeans over here.
Oh man.
And this goes back to a horror movie I had seen called The Ritual, I think 2017 or so.
Right.
These guys meet up for the first time in like 7 years or something for their, ritual of going through the forest and, camping out in like Sweden or somewhere. And then there's this fucking giant, and it turned out to be like an ancient god. They're getting lost in the forest, and then they find carvings on the trees, right? It's little witchcraft shit. Anyways.
Dope.
Anyways, just pulling up a few things. Yeah, I was looking for that guy riding that I don't know if you would call it a quadcopter or just a big, very big drone which could hold a thin enough person, right?
Yeah.
But the guy completely came to a stop next to a car at a stoplight.
Yeah.
And then
accelerated.
Yeah, blasted forward like holy shit.
Yeah.
That's insane. And I'm like, this is,
there's huge control. Yeah. I did not see that before inventing this guy though. I had there was other things like there was people on like water projected stuff. Like I had seen other stuff, but I didn't see a real life drone
I saw
guy.
that too.
Yeah. But like when I was a kid, I always wanted to see a superhero on a skateboard or stuff. And a couple of years ago,
a flying skateboard way better.
Yeah. And well, that's the thing is the skateboard is fucking boring. Like they did that in Marvel with the fucking young, what are they called? New Warriors. Yeah. Right. It's so fucking lame. Like just this ordinary skateboard is too lame. So I was like, okay, a quad board, you could fly around like Spider-Man. That fucking rules. That's badass. You could do like twists and turns in the sky. So now we're talking. I have no idea where I was going with this.
And have you seen Attack on Titan?
No.
I was going to say to answer your most previous question about what happened.
Answer the most previous question. Yes, her titties are completely real.
Titties.
Oh, right. We need to verify that.
No, I can confirm that. But
that was a weird ass movement. It really looks like they turned into squares for some weird reason.
Wanted to know what happened to the lady that accused Ed Piskor.
Oh, Molly Dwyer. That's her.
Molly Dwyer. She is promoting her a lot over on.
Oh, that's her. That's her name. Oh,
yeah.
And this is December 24th.
December 24th.
October.
This is one I was just looking at. Had a picture of her. That's. I don't think that's her. I think that's someone else. That's Katie Lang
and Angela Bunch.
Okay, maybe some of her friends, but I think she's in here. Molly Dwyer.
Katie Lang. Why is it so big?
Yeah, panels by Molly Dwyer. So these.
That's fine.
Turn it down a little. Okay. I'll just keep playing too much. There's
like
another one that was bigger.
What I did to the guy.
Yeah, this is someone else. Sam Siegel. That's
Okay.
a couple panels by her, and then in this one. Yeah, this is her. Rope Burn by Molly Dwyer. So she is
mildly erotic title, you know.
Yeah. This is on the Comix Journal, tcj.com. This is the Fantagraphics House Organ. You know, they cover all the weird comics that aren't like Marvel and DC that they, you know. But yeah, so she is apparently that has been the way to get her to get promoted on by their editors and stuff.
Really? So she's in a better place now.
Yeah, they're.
And maybe
sorry, I phrased that wrong.
Yeah, no. You got it.
Somebody's butt. That's a good one.
That wasn't intentional.
That does not. That is like what's wrong. What is wrong with that? That's like the left cheek. There's something like this is like backwards. Like that the lady that. Anyways,
no,
that's not her. That's someone else. Is this her? Tracy.
The Suicide.
Jeez,
What is that?
What is that? When did she draw that one?
This I think this is someone else.
They could be writing it about him. Like this is what he would have done to her.
That's what I mean. Is this weird? Like there are all these people that have just
bare butt.
It is bizarre. Like they're just. It's just like nothing has happened. Nothing. It's like
and nothing did happen, right?
No, because he's a white man, and he was also part of the fucking cancel culture. Just
so I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the people who are on the other side aren't, standing up for him either.
Yeah, I don't even see her name on that one.
I don't know why she's on that one. Like,
arrivals and departures. Maybe that was a subject. It's like she's arrived and he's departed.
I think it might have.
I just don't get that. Like,
it's so sad because it's like admitting defeat. Like there was no accusation of anything.
Yeah, like that's what I mean.
There's
like
no proof. There was no lawsuit.
And all those people dropped him completely. His co-host and all that.
Yeah, the same as they're doing it with Neil Gaiman, by the way.
Neil Gaiman.
Because I'm not a fan of Neil Gaiman, but can we wait until the trial? Can we wait until the verdict before we, take his books off the shelf?
Yeah. No pics, no proof.
Picture
like,
didn't happen. Yeah.
Yes, something like he was having anal sex with these women is the most I've heard, right?
And telling them to call him master, like degrading stuff.
And then he would say, either it was Chokeout who said it himself, or Ethan was imitating Chokeout, or someone was being like, "All right, now you dirty girl, clean it off."
Clean it off now.
Yeah, it's gross. It's probably it's hugely inappropriate.
But that is what some people do. I mean, if you weren't already into that, you know what I'm saying? Someone's like, "Hey, why don't you?"
Gay man.
Be like,
I mean, you're Dr.Ben. To me, you're the one who coined the phrase Neil, or the name Neil Gay Man.
Well, yeah, I have.
And
tried
then
to
we
push
find out
that.
he's into anal sex, and
well, he was born. He was a Scientologist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. Because that affects how you think as well. Because Scientology has major power. Like everything is based around power and how high you are on the bridge and how close you are to DM. And it's fucked up. Like it's one
Like ascending a DM.
huge. No, David Miscavige is the leader.
Oh, I'm like, okay.
It's
Didn't know
like they called Tom Cruise TC and David Miscavige DM, and they're big on initials.
Okay, well,
Like KSW, keep Scientology. And I was never a Scientologist or anything. I just I'm super fascinated by these cult. The psychology of cults is just absolutely fascinating to me.
I remember like all those commercials back when I was a kid for Dianetics.
Yeah, the volcano stuff. Yeah,
and it was like
that was their peak. That was the peak followers they had at that time. Ever since then, it's been like a going downward.
But, I mean, they got Tom Cruise though.
Yeah, but they never got any new celebrities. They're losing all.
Probably because they don't hype him.
Much more reasons, because they're a dangerous cult who's pushing just absolutely ridiculous stuff as well. You know.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that, but I mean,
well,
you don't hype that.
How do you know all of our souls weren't coming from a volcano or whatever with an ancient alien from 1 trillion years ago? I don't know.
I read the Bible. It's not in there.
Sounds like someone who's not clear. Some of the excuses they would make.
Not clear. Using their language. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the story of the founder and how Scientology came to be is
he's a science fiction writer. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And wasn't he involved with Aleister Crowley somehow too?
Yes. So he was a fan of Crowley. Crowley despised him.
Oh, okay. Well, then.
He had a run-in with the JPL guy, Jack Parsons.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You guys know who Jack Parsons is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he
JPL,
founded,
Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they renamed it Jet Propulsion
Babylon
Laboratory
out
to
in the
erase his history because he's like a deep occultist involved with like Babylonian huge
NASA,
ritual
JPL.
stuff. Yeah.
NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory. He was the main guy. There's a TV series about him.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Strange something.
Yeah, watch it if you can, man.
Strange Angel, I think.
It is good stuff. I was surprised.
I watched the first maybe 2 episodes. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not like a super top tier show.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in the topic, it's a decent enough show to follow his story around. And yeah, it ends with him he ends up having this huge mansion and getting this wealth around with the rocket stuff. And that's when L. Ron Hubbard comes knocking at his door, right? Because he's a bit of a con man. He's a bit of a hustler. Well, that's why he ends up making his own religion to make bank.
Yeah.
Basically.
Dianetics, yeah, all that.
Well, it wasn't a religion in the beginning. Yeah, it was. It became a religion as a moat. It's a legal moat to protect themselves from everything.
Oh yeah.
They're immune because they're not taxed. They're also protected. In the U.S., you have incredible protections for religious reasons.
Yeah, just like Dr.Ben, you can confess something to him,
but
legally he doesn't have to testify about it.
No, because he's a doctor.
Because he's a doctor of divinity, So
that's what I'm saying. That could be a whole thing with with Comix Gate or any of that stuff. The indie comics empire.
Well, we could study the Ripper cult. That would be a great documentary. The Ripper cult.
That's honestly, I think there should be something that's like not necessarily official, but just like a an actual like history of like all this stuff that just kind of covers it. Because I mean,
well, Katie did is kind of building that as well as the others. Like everyone who's keeping documentation, Ethan is at the forefront of it all.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, it is such a just watching all the Ripper stuff is just it's insane. Like it's
cult-like behavior.
Yeah, he's like a lolcow with cult-like powers that center around a warehouse in a comic book company. It's fucking hilarious. I mean, I think we should
2 weeks ago somewhere.
I think God has a sense of humor, and we should thank him for giving us such great entertainment.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is it's just like the craziest thing, and it's like the most entertaining thing, like with comics. I mean,
it's wild. It's like our own lolcow. And I hate to use that term lightly.
I don't even like the term, but it's true.
Same here, but yeah, he's lolcow.
No lies detected.
No, because it's the funny things is he's making a lot of mistakes, and to be humble, I'm going to make a lot of mistakes too, because we're all in the business of DIY. Like we're all trying to make our own things, and we're doing it ourselves, and we're making mistakes as we go along, and we're all on YouTube, so it's very visible to the world.
Yeah, very
But the
public.
thing about it is he has no humility, and he doesn't recognize his mistakes. He's like too proud to admit mistakes, to take advice or criticism publicly, and that just makes it into something hilarious, because it's the same as Scientology. They create their own enemies. He would have no
and they declare people their enemies.
Yes, exactly. He would have no detractors.
Now, some people on the internet like to say lots of crazy dumb shit. He's got that. The way he framed that's what I'm saying too. Like
he's got that hypnotic cult leader voice. You know what I mean?
All of it, yeah.
He's always got that voice. There's
not
authentic.
A lot of people out there who are looking for a father figure. And,
yes.
Unfortunately, that is that is Daddy Eric.
Yeah, because he's giving himself an air of authority. Exactly.
Yep.
It's this personality,
and he's giving them license to defend him, defend their dad. And that's just what a lot of people want to do who don't have fathers. They want to defend their father, right?
Shout out, son.
And that's all you can get, is a shout out. Shout out Dr.Ben for the $50. And Blood Ruth are pretty scary.
Wokeness is out of wokeness is out of fashion, so we need a new SJW. And this is SJW 2.0.
And I think we're going to see a lot more of it. See, all right, you got the Melanie Mac thing, right? It's so someone said, I forget who it was, but they were like, it was probably Shane on with Ethan or something that said, here's what I think about, Melanie Mac. Here's what I think about her intention. I think her intention is that Trump won. So, right, like quote unquote, our side, right, has defeated the SJW. So now we need to purge certain aspects from our end. So like, all right, let's get the pornographers out of here. And that's a whole other thing too, is the Matt Barr thing. He's been calling people pornographers and such for
Matt Barr has
a year and a half. Saying well, he wasn't just saying this about what's her name, Mint Salad and Riley. He was saying this about Katie and so many other people.
Matt Barr's a strange
much
guy.
Worse things.
He's a very strange guy. Like he starts sounding normal for a little bit, and then it sounds like you're having a decent conversation, trying to get to a point, and then he goes off the rails.
Yeah, like he takes it somewhere else.
It's quite remarkable. Like it's like he's trying to put on a shock jock personality, but he hasn't worked out the kinks or something.
Yeah. No, you got it. But it's like he doesn't know it either. You know,
He's not
like he
aware of
doesn't
what he's
actively
doing.
know what he's trying to do. He's like, I'm gonna do this. It's like some Eric July thing, you know, ism, right? It's
Yeah.
like, I'm
There's-
gonna do this.
I mean, in
and
all fairness, there's things I admire of Eric July too. Like he's a go get him. He's a doer. He gets shit done.
financially
there's-
successful
There's a
to an extent.
whole lot a whole lot of red flags that I would not get close to that company. It's not gonna end well, in my opinion. But there's a lot of employees, so they all are gonna have their own stories of their experience within the Ripperverse, and hopefully one day we'll get to hear that, and it'll be.
It reminds me a lot of like
the Eric July Netflix documentary.
Yeah, and he's going to be played by a white
series.
guy. The Black Stanley.
It turns out he wasn't even black. You know,
he was stolen valor. It turns out he was mixed. He was just a mixed.
He was just.
He's a light skinned motherfucker.
He's a quarter white, a quarter Puerto Rican, quarter Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican, yeah. Cheers. God.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm not. I think I'm gonna go with the.
Here I come to save the day.
I'm gonna go with doing more of a close up on his face. I think is what I'm gonna go with. Just trying to figure out something with like doing that like that.
Oh, that's why my computer's overheating.
That's just not. I'm not feeling that. Nah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get the.
that's the bulldozer one.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, so I'm not trying that today.
No, I mean to draw someone on a board like that is a bit of a challenge. I went down to El Salvador to study people who were surfing, so I could get the right positions. And
there's surfers up in Ohio at this time of year.
Yeah, I mean surfers are the best reference for this.
They're crazy, like they're.
Yeah, like grabbing the board. Like I have. Where are all my? I think I got some pages on the other room. Let me get some other pages. I'll show you guys.
Oh, that's what I need to do. Let me put this over here. I'm trying to. I just have like that picture of his dude. Oh yeah, that's what I should do. I'll share his picture. Yeah, these are what I keep looking at. I like these images of him better.
Mm.
I like these, but like I like this one, but it feels like the colors are too bright, so it makes me think it's too cartoony.
Oh, he's insanely muscular there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
that's what 10 years in jail will do.
Exactly.
Got nothing else to do.
Here, this is a good shot. I'm pretty proud of where he's like grabbing the underside of the board here. Oops.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one before. Yeah, I remember watching you draw that.
My setup is pretty bad here. I got the mic taped to the drawing table, so I can't move everything.
Oh yeah, no, I know you're.
Yeah,
It's like you wouldn't think it would take so much to be able to put just a camera over a piece of paper. Like it seems like such a simple thing, but then once you start trying it, you're like,
yeah, no, the setup it gets complicated pretty quick. I got 2 lamps, and I had to replace my microphone today because the mic's taped to the table, and that's just a temporary thing for tonight.
Right.
I just ordered a replacement because I got an arm for the microphone. It's just not compatible because I switched mics today. The old one, like it died last week. Like Patrick was saying, like we can't hear you. It sounds like you're muffled. And
Yeah.
like starting Monday, people were like, your mic's broken. I was like, oh shit. And yesterday I did my show with the muffled mic and volume cramped to the max. But today I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm going to go buy a replacement mic. And I'm like a foot and a half talking away from it. And it's coming in this way. It's like a pretty good mic.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Plus
perfect.
Blue
huh?
Yeti. Blue Yeti is like very common.
Okay.
It's a common. It's not the best, but it's
Yeah,
good.
I've heard.
It's good.
Did you get the full one, which has the knobs?
Yeah, it has knobs on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's more expensive. When I was looking for a mic, I looked up a YouTube video like, oh, what's the best or best cheap mic, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
And in the end, I got this Razer Siren Mini, which doesn't have any knobs. There's a more advanced one with one knob or something.
Okay.
And it's directional because I don't want so
yeah.
So y'all haven't been able to hear all night the pretty good thunderstorm that's been going on, have y'all?
No.
No, not at all.
I have my window open too, and it's
yeah,
it's coming down, yeah, this is so the arm was like $26, and the microphone was a renewed on Amazon, so it was also $20-something.
Nice.
Well, the regular price was like $80, and I'm like, $80. So and that was the one that was presented to me, $26. I'm like, shit, I'll get it. Why not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great opportunity, man.
And I guess I sound way better than using the earbud microphone.
Oh yeah, you sound way better than before, yeah.
And then I hear myself being played back occasionally, and I'm like, oh, I don't sound like complete shit.
Yeah.
I said that bit on Johnny's show, like it was perfect because you came in like over here we're cooking a fresh batch of crystal. Like even
Dr. Yeah. That was a good entry.
And even like Johnny, like I don't know if Johnny heard that and reacted or if he was just saying that already. Like, he's like, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, you could do a good Johnny there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's and like it was like I had to cook the steaks anyway, so I was like, well shit.
4 steaks, yeah. 4 good cuts of steak.
Man, that's how you do it. Living the life, man.
I used to like when I worked at like restaurants and stuff, like cooking steaks. Like you'd have like 20 or 30 steaks on a grill at the time.
Damn.
And like all of them would be like different temperatures.
Yeah.
Like, it would get to be so like you just had to like kind of just you had to. I don't know. It was just weird. It was. We always called it meat Tetris.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
That's what Patrick calls it too.
Oh dear Lord, forgive him.
Man, he just sets himself up for so many things.
That's the thing. I think he wants. He's like, okay.
He wants it. He's asking for it.
Yes.
There's no way he does not know.
No,
all the times he sets up like.
If he doesn't actively know, it's an unconscious, subconscious thing coming out.
I'm not usually the guy that makes these.
He's coming out.
Yeah, I'm not usually the guy who makes these jokes, but
yeah,
like if you set me up so perfectly and no one else is gonna smack it, he
was raising his hands up when Carbon had said something, and this was right before Ben got in. Right before he pulled me in, right, and Carbon was saying something, and Patrick was, waving his arms up, and he's talking about, I just get tight, and then these guys do something, and it just makes me loose. And I'm like, what? I'm in the background. I'm like,
what are you
saying, I'm setting up my joke, right? I'm like holding off to the side the phone, and I'm like,
yeah, this is too easy. He's giving me a little.
Jesus Christ.
Softball. Yeah, right.
I'm like, do I just jump in and say something else too, or do I just stick with what I was gonna do? And then and it's like 4, 5, 6 times a night.
Every time.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop.
I mean, he's a showman. He's a good showman.
I'm just glad that tonight he said in the private chat for the Godfo guys, I'm gonna end the show.
Yes.
He didn't do that, didn't afford Vasilis and Dan Lawless that luxury. But yeah, so they hung out with us for an hour, 90 minutes, and Dr.Ben. I think Patrick left Dr.Ben with something on the screen, so Dr.Ben was then still able to pull up 1 or 2 things, and Vasilis still just going on about it, like, I know, you know what I know, and here's the real story about this and that. And then it was Gerard Way.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff with Gerard Way. It's all
and I'm like,
complicated.
Well, I've heard that name, but then I'm like, I think I heard that name in relation to Eliza Blue, and he's like, yeah, she was actually his wife.
Yeah,
and I'm like, holy shit, why didn't we get this on stream?
Eliza Blue was a huge thing. Yeah.
For a while, yeah. She's like, what was she trying to do? Sex.
She was a real grifter.
Something
so
advocate?
She was a. Yeah, she was.
Not like the fake grifters.
I'm gonna be no. She was a real grifter. Trust me. She was saying
that's what it
that
turned out
she was
to
a
be.
survival of a human.
Yeah, survivor.
So a survivor of human abuse or something, and I'm sure she's had some abuse like there.
Yeah,
but
I do remember
that seemed to be all voluntary. Like I think she got into sex work.
She was in with a band.
So, and I'm sure she got the bad stuff that comes with it.
Not just that band, but then she was shaking her ass for
videos and stuff.
Yeah, many like 4 or 5 different rap videos. Then it turned out she was an escort for a while. And I mean, in a way you can understand how one thing can lead to another and it gets out of control.
She was also trying to bring one of her friends into it, and that's important. Because that goes to show how far she went to. Right. That's super important because now she's trying to get people out of it, but she doesn't recognize her part, and that's super important because she was part of the problem too. That's
she
why
made herself part of the problem.
Well, that's why people are upset with her. It's the fraud part. It's the not being honest part. If she would have just came out, I did some stupid shit. I was part of the problem. Now I'm trying to fix it. Everyone would let everything down and just be, oh, finally, okay, you admit it. We can move past it. Yeah, okay, you do good stuff by drawing attention to it. But it seemed that she's much more in it for the glitter,
for the money, for the attention, for grifting.
Right.
Because people have actually reached out to her to get help, and she's not interested in answering those DMs.
Yeah.
But she's going to go get the trophies. She's going to go and do the interviews. She's going to get the clout. She's going to get the awards. And people were just giving her awards for getting awards. It got really ridiculous at some point.
Yeah, I was watching Chrissy Mayer back then, and
Chrissy was one of the first to question stuff, and she got upset because she was seeing,
and it was minor questions too.
Yeah, and she was evading, and Chrissy was one of the first to interview people and get the.
And then it's like, wait, I think there's more to this than. And then it turned out there was a lot more to it, and I mean, but that was, and then Vasilis is like, if I'm even saying his name right, Vasilis.
Yeah.
Vasily. Some people in chat say Vasily.
I think that's probably like
right, Vasily.
But Vasily's like kind of like a short, like Johnny, like Jonathan.
Oh,
Vasily.
okay.
I mean, I think Vasilis. I think is.
Yeah, he just dropped the S, right? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, he's like, no, she wasn't just a hairdresser. He's answering me. He's like, no, she wasn't just a hairdresser. She was his wife. And I'm like, that doesn't necessarily mean legally.
No, we didn't know that because she was. What I knew is that I knew she was a groupie of the group. Never heard
And she did their hair,
anything
whatever.
about her being his wife.
And she did their hair, and she brought in other females, right? And that was in her younger years.
No, I don't think she brought in other females during the time she was
allegedly. I don't know.
Not during the hairdresser
preface
thing. Well, it's a convoluted timeline as well, and there's a lot of covering things up. But there was an old roommate of her, an old friend of her, the one that she tried to bring in, and she talked about her room, and because she was like, "Oh, I used to sleep on the floor." And then her friend that came in did interviews. Yeah, she slept on the floor on a cushion because she wanted to, but she had the option to. So there's a lot of stuff that it's kind of like Aaron July. It's like, okay, she's not necessarily lying when she says these things, but she's saying just the things so you'll paint a picture the way she wants you to paint the picture.
I could tell you right now from not necessarily direct experience, but direct experience of being around, certain people. A female that is willingly sleeping on it, a mat or just a sheet on the floor. She's into the dope. I say the dope. I mean, she's into the crystal, right?
Oh,
she's
right.
Into whatever else. And she's hanging out with a guy who is supplying her.
Yeah.
And she is portending to be subservient and lesser than, so that she can play that part to that guy and to other people. So when other people see her that way, they say, "Oh, poor so and so. Let's let's help her out with some money," which she then uses to buy some more dope or slutty clothes or whatever. I'm saying that because that was my cousin's
but the weirdest thing is she was followed by
over 10 years.
She was followed by Elon on Twitter.
Yes.
He signaled her
all right,
out.
See, that's a whole other aspect
After he
could have jumped into.
So everyone thought she was going to be part of his team to crack down on human trafficking.
I recall that now.
The theories were wild back then.
And she was seen with Elon, right?
No, I think it was just on Twitter. No real life. Was she? I don't know. I can't recall her being seen with Tripp. All I remember is
maybe she was seen exiting a vehicle.
She had a Tesla.
In the same area as
Elon. Elon gave her. She has a Tesla jacket that she wears.
Okay.
That you can only get if you own a Tesla or something. I don't know. It gets. So people started invading a lot of. People started uncovering a lot of details in weird ways as well. So.
All this stuff is wild, and I mean,
she's on Nostr now. I spotted her on Nostr.
What the hell is that? I've heard of it, but
okay. So Nostr is like the Bitcoin of Twitter. Okay, so you know how Twitter you have an account, and Elon can close your account. Nostr, you have a cryptographic key. So you have a key. Right. No one can shut you down.
Oh,
okay. So it's a censorship-resistant social media.
Oh,
okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, because she was very anti-censorship, and at the same time trying to censor accounts, which was which is another reason why people got upset. It's like, girl, you keep saying you're anti-censorship, now you want to shut down all these accounts. Like, get your shit together, It's like, don't be a big hypocrite. I think that's what people. You can be flawed. You can make mistakes, but don't be a big hypocrite that doubles down. It's like people have a limit to their tolerance.
Yeah.
At least we should have a limit to our tolerance.
I always try to think what if it was me? I want people to be like, hey, let's cut him some slack. He's a little or you know,
he's a little slut.
He's a comic book artist, for God's sake.
Slow.
He's a little slut.
Well, I mean, you know, it's people say lots of things. I always say believe.
I mean, well, just look what's happening to fucking Razor Fist this week.
Yeah, believe all the rumors, whatever it is. Just believe all of them.
Just believe everything. It's safer that way.
Yeah, yeah, that's.
I see. I've seen. It, okay, I think it was Simpcast, right?
Yeah,
I think I was watching that, and Razor Fist was on, and he was cool. You know, that was back when I was like, yeah, I'm not that interested in him. He's kind of a dickhead, but I'll listen to, you know, the show because I'm on some dope or whatever.
Because I'm bored.
Yeah.
Because I can't find anything else on YouTube right now.
Pretty much. And I'm like, well, you know, I'll listen to this. And so some questions are asked back and forth, and he's like, and he's being very chill for the first time, right?
Right.
And I'm like, wow, this isn't the usual Razor Fist. And then someone super chats, you know, $2, $5, whatever, $10, I don't know. And they're asking about Groomer Fist and tell us about the underage girl you were, you know, all that stuff, right? Okay, and then those are the same things repeated, and what he said back then was just like, yeah, that's all bullshit. Just, you know, because she read it out, she read the super chat out, as one should, right?
Yeah,
unless they want to get bunny money taped to their
You don't read the super chats, you're getting the bunny money.
Warehouse.
If you don't read the super chats, you're getting more super chats.
Right.
So
take heed.
So he just kind of glibly dismisses it, like, yeah, that's all just a lie. And
well, he said that's just internet
like,
drama. He didn't say a lie. It's just he said
okay, something like that.
So he kind of like back of the hand.
Yeah,
it's just drama. Oh yeah, we all have drama. Chrissy
brushing it aside.
Yeah, she said, "Oh yeah, we all have drama."
And I'm like, huh? You know, at that point in time, I'm like, huh? That, you know,
is there more to this?
I don't know, because you honestly you never know.
Exactly.
And
if someone's raising it in the chat, maybe they know something we don't.
And then it was several people in the chat.
Oh, what?
And it wasn't aggressively. It was, come on, tell the truth.
Oh,
you know, it was so and so, and you didn't meet up with her until she was 18. Then that's what we're told by, you know, Ethan reading something off, and Ethan's like, no, you know, just I like Razor Fist. Of course, he's going to say that, right?
Because, well, she came out and said she was in a relationship from 15 to 20 with a right winger. Blah 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 blah. And it's talking about how she's not really a right winger and all that, but the big important part is the 15 to 20. Right.
The thing is too is that, like, they have like selective outrage. This is entirely the thing they have selective outrage for, and even with the same person, right? Because like you know, like, well, yeah, of course you must know Dave Sim. You're also a fellow Canadian up there. Dave Sim is a.
I know of him, but I don't follow him.
Okay, well, so he's like one of the guys that kind of like really helped kick off like self-publishing back in like the 70s and 80s and the 90s, right? He created Cerebus the Aardvark, which is his character.
Yes.
And it is a really cool comic. It's like black and white, and it's a whole, you know,
there's
world.
A crossover with Spawn, isn't there?
He crossed over in Spawn 10. Dave Sim wrote that issue, and it's
I have that one.
So like and you know, the Cerebus thing was like, he was taking acid, and he decided then, or he was told then when he was, you know, high or whatever, that he had to make a comic that was 300 issues long, and it was the story of this weird aardvark or whatever.
Yeah,
that was
aardvark, code for penis.
Right. Yeah. It was. You know what I mean? Like, it's. I don't know. People that are like, well, and when I was on this drug, that is when I figured out my life goal was to collect.
Which is weird because he broke the record of longest running independent comic book until McFarlane caught up to him, and McFarlane was like, "You're so dumb! Like you have the record, like keep it going." And he's like, "No, it's 300. It's done. I'm done." And so it's like, "Well, okay, I'm gonna grab it." He's grabbed the record, and he's just like keeps going.
So in the 80s, he's making his Cerebus comic, and there was a girl at the convention, as you know, of course, as there always is, who was 14. And he saw her, and she was like, "Oh my god." He's written, and this is the thing, is he's written this in a blog, like in response to like being called out for being creepy or weird. He's like, "Well, yeah, like I saw her. She was 14, but she was the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life," and blah blah blah.
Oh wow!
I'm like,
that's pretty wild.
That didn't help. That didn't help it at all. That just made it worse. He's like, "We didn't have sex until she was 18," and I'm like,
"Oh man."
Oh well, of course. And it's a whole, like I said, it's a blog post from Dave Sim,
Yeah.
And he details his entire relationship with this lady. Like he gets in the comic, he would get into all kinds of weird, excruciating detail, even more so with this. And like I said, it's just, you can look it up. I think it's like his Moment of Cerebus blog, I think is where it's at. But he goes into all these different details. Other people, like he went down to somewhere and he met up with other cartoonists, and they were like, "We got a surprise for you, Dave." And he's like, "Oh yeah, what?" They're like, "Look who's here." And it was this girl, like it was, this teenage girl that lived like down in the United States while he lived in Kitchener, Ontario. And so all of that was kind of known already.
Yeah.
And Ethan Van Sciver, after he was canceled, was going to have Dave Sim come on and have him help write Cyberfrog. Whether it was the first issue or the second issue, he was going to do that. Hey, Dave Sim, this big independent comic guy, worked with Todd McFarlane. Like, that's what most people know. Oh, Dave Sim, the art, he was in Spawn. That's because that's the one that sold, of course, millions of copies. Yeah. So when Ethan announced that, then they all came out from like the comics press, and they're like, "Oh, Dave Sim, here's all the stuff about this 14-year-old girl.
Here's all the stuff that we've been sitting on for all this time."
Yeah. You want to work with them? Oh, well, yeah. I suppose that's what you have to work with now that you're evil because of Trump and being a right wing or whatever. And like the next year, Dave Sim is releasing comics on his own. Like they didn't work together, obviously. Ethan was like, "Okay, fine. No, I'm not messing with whatever. That's what you guys are gonna do."
Not getting into all that.
Yeah, you're trying to smear me with all this stuff. Just telling you I'm gonna have him co-write. No. Next year or whatever. And since then, like Dave Sim releases more comics on his own, right? And all those same sites that talk about he's such a menace, he's a this and that, I'll cover all this stuff. Oh, here's the latest issue. Here's this, here's that. Because even if you're a reviewer or a website like that, even if you give like a bad review, that still falls under the rule of there's no such thing as bad press. I mean, you give a bad review of a comic. Hey, you know what? I think your takes on comics are shitty anyways. If you don't like it, I probably do. You know what I'm saying? Like bad reviews are just a different way to review things. It's a different way to look at things that like still props up whatever the thing is that you're reviewing. So like it's that what is it? The Streisand effect, where you don't want something to be people talk about it.
Yeah. You don't want the photo of your house to get around, so you threaten everyone to sue them if they share the photo of your house. So then everyone's like, oh, really? I want to see that. What's this?
Shit, he was sticking bunny money on my window. The bunny money was on the window, bitch. Oh my God, so shaking. Yeah. All of it.
It's so funny when you, and it's weird because you see he's going on other people's show, Eric is, and they only have half the story. And so they recount the story, and he's got this sly little, Duper's delight smile on when they recant his version. He's like, ha ha ha, ha. But he's all stressed out that someone's going to come in and say the real version, or just any other version. Because he's like on a house of cards at this point.
Yeah, it's. Where I used to know.
Yeah, and I used to follow Eric, until he released his comic. And it wasn't just that, he released his comic, it's that he's constantly talking about it, but he's never talking about it.
Yeah.
He's never giving you any details.
Yeah, he never talks about the characters, the stories, their powers, their backgrounds,
and people
how he came up with them.
Yeah,
how he came up with the story, alternatives.
I want to know more. And these are
Stuff that
people I had
didn't-
seen in the chat for a long time, right?
Yeah.
I used to follow him too.
Yeah, me too. I bought his ISO one.
Did he block you guys too?
No, he didn't block me yet.
I don't think I'm blocked.
Am I not going to get Blood Ruth? What does that mean?
He can't stop you from getting Blood Ruth, right? Because he can't. There's no. The block doesn't work. Doesn't cross over to his.
To the business.
To the business.
It did the personal block, not a business block.
Yeah, he still wants your money's still good. I'm pretty sure your money's still good.
Okay. Well,
no,
now
I don't advise giving him money.
Well, I did buy. I ordered Blood Ruth. I did. Though I did honestly, because of his interactions with Riley and creating warrants and all that.
Yeah.
I waited to order Horseman. I missed like other things. I waited to order Horseman until I had a PO box.
Oh yeah, because of the doxing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Hey, and he has all these people in his. That's what I had said, right? I had said, what in the Commando's back room? I had said, he may have people working for him who are reading everybody's name. Well, see, okay, you're a mod in a chat, right? You can right click someone's name and it says their channel history, all kinds of shit, right?
Yeah.
Their recent messages that they've sent to various channels, I think. I don't recall entirely, but it says a lot of stuff. And I really do believe he had been embarrassed about reading some super chats before. So, getting the gotchas, right? The Katie did shit. Like she sent him $2 and she asked, something. And then he answers. Right. And then he's like probably thinking, or someone nudges him in the direction of I was about to say Ethan. It's like nudges him in the direction of Ripper, you're a professional now. You need to you
need to be moving differently.
You fight with all these trolls, bro. Come on.
This year you need to be moving differently. You need a professional producer, some shit like that, right? To screen your super chats. And not necessarily right away, but even after the fact. And then, I mean, maybe he did individually block you, or maybe it was part of another blockchain he still had done again.
Right.
Because I'd been blocked by Alex Stein, and I didn't realize that until I had posted a clip of him and tagged him in it. And I'm like, wait, why am I blocked by Alex Stein?
Right.
I've never tweeted at this motherfucker before. And
it is weird. And you don't you're not like
no, I could tell you why. It was when Accent and Godlike were funding,
You say something
I
about
had
the blue team.
I had sent well, he had a pre-show, right?
Right.
And that was the only time I could make. So it was a female a black female named Lisa with 2 E's, right? Lisa, and she drew some little comic strips, right, about Alex Stein being, like taking it to Red Lobster or whatever, like they had kicked him out, or they had banned him from a location or something.
Yeah,
for posting something. I don't know what the story was, but she was doing comic strips for him, at certain times. But I don't know if she just had the stream key or whatever, or if she was an admin in there. But she was the one reading super chats for that pre-show, and so you could see Alex, up in the corner, right? And he was muted, right? But he was talking with his producers and who the hell ever else on the set of the show from a different angle, right? And she was talking to the chat and reading stuff out, and I had sent a couple super chats in. I was drunk, right? Yeah, and I'm like, hey, check out Accent, do this, check out Accent, check out Godlike. Hey, what's up with this? Alex, you gay or whatever, right? Whatever. Right. Just basic stuff like 2 or 3 super chats. And she read them out. And one time Alex stuck his face down because he hears her reading them out. He hears her. I mean, there were plenty of, cheap super chats because he demands for his show, he demands like $20 for the super chats to be read by him.
Right.
Which, that's fair enough. Whatever, you're doing a live Blaze TV show, right?
Sure, you can yoink them.
So I say that's fair enough. But
he ain't that.
No, he ain't.
Whatever the market will bear.
Man, no, and I saw him in real life too, and it wasn't all that. But he was a better part of Chrissy Mayer's show in real life.
Oh, you saw her in her show live?
Yeah, in Dallas. Yeah, it cost me a lot of fucking money.
Really?
I paid like, I don't know, like $16 for the ticket, right? But
okay, it's not so bad.
So I it's funny. I go in there early, right? And I'm walking around. I take an Uber over there because I'm like, I'm probably gonna have some drinks.
Yeah, that's
right. I mean, and that's the comedy club
show.
thing.
You have to drink usually, yeah.
Yeah, 2 drink minimum or some or 3 drink, whatever. And I'm trying to just walk around the area. It's pretty nice. I'm like, there's a sushi place I could go to. There's this other place I could go to. Walk into this pub, and I'm just looking around, and I'm like, this is a cool little place. Just walking around the place, and then I'm like, oh, it's about 7 o'clock. It was like 6:50 something, and I walk over there, and it's total glass, right? Just it's total glass. You could see into the front area of the comedy club. And I walk over there, and I see Chrissy, and I'm like, oh, she's larger than I thought, and she's also shorter too. So I'm like, she looks better, I'm like, instantly I'm like deflated, right? I'm like, she looks so much better on the internet, So I just walk in, and I'm like, hey, I'm like pointing my finger like, hey, I'm like, hey, congratulations on your wedding. And she's like, oh, and she extends her hand, or it was an engagement at that point in time, right?
Right.
So she extends her hand and shakes my hand, and I'm like, this is awkward. And
why is that?
Well, it's just like handshaking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she had this awkward look about her, like, all right, so here's what happened, and then
because a lot of people greet with a handshake. It's not so unusual.
No, I totally, yeah, totally, but it was an awkward like it was an awkward. She's standing
She
there,
went
setting
to
up
a
her
handshake.
t-shirts, right? She's standing up there setting up her t-shirts, right? And she's just like, "Oh, what's your name?" I'm like, I'm self-destruct." Right? Okay, that there you go, right? Okay, and I pull my like I got it somewhere. I got it somewhere around here. A
You
little
have a card that says self-destruct?
basketball backpack, right? It's just meant to hold a whatever, right?
Right.
And like, I have something for you. And I had a Jesse Lee Peterson slut maker t-shirt. Which was too small for me at that point. And I'm like, I have, I'm digging around in there. I'm like trying to not like flip the whole bag, right?
Right.
So it takes me about 8 seconds to do it. And I'm like, I have something for you. And she's like, I hope it's not a bullet. But she says it very seriously. And I'm like, oh, fuck you.
When was this? No, I'm saying this because her dad got literally assassinated.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was a thing like there like somebody that went on stage and did something to her too? Like
no, I can
because early last year, her dad got shot.
Yeah.
Okay, it was before then.
Okay.
I could pull up the date. No. Jeez, I can't find it in the emails. It just won't come up.
You didn't have a bullet though.
It just won't come up. At that point, I wished I did just pull that out as well.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, welcome to Texas. But so yeah, her father had not been.
This is MAGA country. Well, she's pro MAGA.
I brought some bleach too.
How'd you guess? What?
So no, I'm like, no, it's not a bullet. While she's being, pretty kind of awkward faced about it, I'm like, I hold the t-shirt up and she's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, slut maker. And she's like, yeah, that's nice. That's cool. And she likes it, right? So she takes it and she's like, thank you. And I'm like, yeah, I watch your show. I watch your show most of the time. And then this guy over there, at the little desk, right? Front of house, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
He says, excuse me, sir, it's the doors aren't open yet. And I'm like, I just walked in through open doors. And it was probably like 88 degrees or some shit. So I was like, yeah, but it's cooler in here. And there's the whole bar. There's no one tending the bar. And I'm like, can I sit at the bar? And he's like, we are only open at 7. I'm like,
what time was it?
All right then. And I say, bye. I'm like, fuck it. Right. I just go walking around for a while, and then I come back to the show, and I'm a bit late at that point because I'm like, I'm just deflated. I'm like,
you got two modes. I'm either early or late. And you wouldn't take me early, so you get me late.
So, oh man, and I got asked to once I had been seated, I got asked to. They came over and asked me to be quiet twice, maybe 3 times actually, because someone said like on stage said like what's something about a number, right? And I'm like 420, and then I say 69, and I'm sat there with these 2 black women who are honestly both more funny than Chrissy. And they're not intentionally really being funny, but when they were seated with me, they're like
not intentionally being funny.
No, but listen. When they're seated with me, because they came together, right? So
And you were by yourself, Fred. You were solo, so you got tables with them.
Yeah, I'm just kind of off towards the like quarterback, right? So yeah, they're guided to sit at this table with me, and they're like talking amongst themselves very, very slightly, but as black women will, loud enough that you can hear them.
Oh yeah.
Look at that white boy
So
over there.
so they say
excuse me.
so they're kind of giggling to each other, and they're older, like 45, maybe 50, something like that, right? Before 50 maybe. And they're both kind of large, not big, they're big, not large, right? So as they're sitting down, they're like, "Oh, is the guy that led us here trying to set us up, with this guy, right? With me." And I start smiling. I just crack up. I'm like, "Hi,"
Wow.
whatever. And it was weird. It was it was Lila Hart, who is funny on the internet and is likable. If you guys have seen her, she's got spina bifida or something, and but her comedy routine was crap. It was like, yeah, put me in your backpack, let's go, in your mochila. So it's like Dora the Explorer thing, right?
Oh,
I'm like that's none of this is funny. She's like, my husband, this and that, and oh, I can ride it, baby. And she's wearing cowboy boots, and her legs are kind of withered.
Withered.
Yeah, and it's it's odd because the upper part of her torso is kind of enlarged, and I mean she has spina bifida, and she's making that part of her routine, and I'm like, that's fine. I like Lila on the internet, but this is awkward, and not many people were laughing. And then next comes Keanu Thompson, who I had made some AI images, and the prompt I put in was, and it was to a real shitty AI program, right? To just a website. I had put in Zionist Jewish vampires. No, Zionist Jewish prostitute vampires.
Right.
And it looked exactly like Keanu Thompson. And I thought about posting that at her, right? And I'm like, nah, I'm not even interested. All her jokes were about abortion. And I'm like, it's not fun. Nobody was really laughing. Like maybe 4 people were laughing, and it was about 25 or so in there. And nobody was really laughing. And
abortion jokes are a hard sell.
And she wasn't delivering it too well either. She was going about like when you how she fucking started it out was, I just got my period. I'm like, women comedians. I'm like,
yeah, right.
Is this what I have to look forward to for the rest of the show? And she says, that was another thing. They came from maybe Vegas or somewhere, right? And they were wearing some kind of outfits. There's a American Airlines. Let me see if I can pull that up. There was an American Airlines. Was it American Airlines? Some airlines. Airlines. Mayor. Airline. Yeah, women claim airline. Newsweek. No, I don't want Newsweek. It's gay.
Oh shit! It's like 2:30 a.m. here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's well. It is here too. So.
Well, we were having a great conversation. I didn't even notice the time fly by.
Here's what they were wearing at the airlines, and there's a picture of them at the airlines. They were forced to change.
Oh yeah. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
it was pretty bad.
They were forced to change out of this publicly, in front of people.
Yeah.
Take it off.
And Keanu's like, this bottom was a one piece, and I had just got my period, so I had my bloody tampon hanging out in front of all these people. I'm like, Jesus, that's not fucking funny.
How do you even like
forced to change their trousers without any cover? I mean, like, what's the problem? To get on an airplane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
should
remember
not be a
that.
problem.
Anyways, if you gotta go, Frederick.
Yeah, no, I just realized how late it was, and I'm gonna head out. I didn't mean to.
No.
Come to an abrupt stop either, you know.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. We've had a great chat.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. It was a great talk. Like I thought it was like 1:30. It's like
Yeah, you lose track of time. It's been 3 hours on this stream.
Yeah.
About 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty wild because we
Yeah,
did.
yeah, I recall you saying, I have about an hour.
Yeah, I've got an hour. But that's fine. Like I had no regrets. It was fun chatting with you guys.
Finish my guy, but
yeah, man, that's cool.
He's starting. He's not.
You just got to make him more muscular.
Yeah, I just started to get over on the arms.
He's been in prison
Is
for a
that a
long
swastika?
time.
He's got a
10
swastika
years.
tattoo.
No, it's gonna be like a vein.
Oh yeah.
Start
Got those little veins there. I always ask myself, do I show the veins through the costume?
Yeah.
The answer is yes. Sometimes it's depending on the activity level, right?
Exactly. Depends on how fucking angry he is and pissed off, and how much adrenaline is pumping. But gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. I wish you a good end of stream, and I will see you around on the internet.
Cheers, sir.
And the
As
X and the X's.
Yeah,
Later, guys. Have a good one.
All right.
Peace.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's been a good stream. Good stream. I like Frederick. I'm excited to see his see what he does with
Yeah, same.
Bitcoin guy.
I think there's a lot of good I think it's a good premise. Guy's been locked up for over 10 years. He prayed probably like maybe unceasingly or something, right?
I'd imagine. Yeah.
And an angel came to him and took away his fear, which implies that he was a very fearful person before this. And he's in prison, for what? I don't know. I'll leave that up to the story, right? But
it seems like he said, I might be imagining, but it seems like he said it was like some sort of like he got put in prison for some sort of like cyber crime or something, maybe, or like some kind of financial.
Oh yeah. Because he has an undisclosed amount of Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
And he has the passphrase, that he memorized, right? And by the time he's released, it's worth way, like maybe Batman amounts or some shit, right?
Right. He gets out and it's like, oh shit.
Like maybe he hacked and stole a ton of Bitcoin when it was really cheap, right? And then he's arrested for that and locked up, but he never gives them any, details. And they're like 10 years. He's locked up for 10 years. He gets jacked, completely fucking muscular. Then he comes out and he has no fear, which is the badger, the honey badger. Goes up against anything. Honey badger will go up against a Wolverine. And their hide is really tough and all that shit. What was I saying? Keanu Thompson, who looked exactly like a Jewish vampire prostitute that AI produced for me.
Oh right, yeah, no, it does.
I could find the image somewhere, but it's on a hard drive,
You could probably make one on.
Can't get the same results, but I don't know. She has that look about her, and she's very thin, and I don't know. Her jokes were almost entirely vaginal or period or abortion. She's like, if you get pregnant, they want to give you blue or pink balloons. How about I just had an abortion. How about black balloons? I'm like, is that a joke? Does that count as a joke? And I don't know, it was low energy. Then Alex Stein was the next one to come on, and as soon as he came on, his big ass self, like 6 foot whatever, right? 6'1" or something. Big guy, big goofy guy. He's like a kid, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
He came on. He tripped over himself coming onto the stage, you know, intentionally just to be a goof. And I'm like, ha, yeah, that's pretty funny. He's like, wow, you know, all loud and everything. And I guess it's at that point, you know, he says something. Oh yeah, he says something about there's the cuck chair in the corner of the hotel room.
Yeah.
And that's one of his little, you know, his little bits, right? So I say what he had said on his show several times. You mean the captain's seat? You know, where you get to direct, you know, like, you know, it's where you get to direct the show, right? And I thought that was funny. Other people laughed, and he's like, and he points me out, and he's like, yeah, the captain's seat. You get, you know, he's like, you get to, you know, whatever, right? Then they come over to me again and say, please don't interrupt the show. I'm like, okay. At that point, I'm like on my third glass of Jägermeister that I'm like, yeah, give me a double shot of Jägermeister, no Red Bull.
No more Red Bull.
So they just bring me the glass, right? And it's like, you know, that much in there. And it's like $18.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's third glass. I'm like, holy shit. Afterward, I'm like, I should have walked out, just walked out on the tab. Like, it would have saved me a bunch, you know, like 60 something bucks.
Well, it's true.
More than that, maybe. I don't know. It just made me think like, yeah, it wasn't great, you know.
It wasn't. Well, especially I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess I would have stayed to see Alex Stein, but like the lady doing all period jokes, it would just been like,
yeah. I got up and took a piss at that point. I'm like, yeah, this is not good.
Yeah,
and like I said, the black women at the table were funnier than them, and they were just making casual remarks.
And that's not like her. I don't know. I mean, I guess if it was like her whole thing that episode, like, sure, like all women comedians are gonna have like a one or two period jokes somewhere, but like, I don't know. I guess it's just,
that was the first thing.
Too. Like,
yeah, that was the first thing. Is like, we were forced to change our clothes at the airport. And I had a one-piece bottom on, and people are walking by, seeing my tampon hanging out. I'm like, chill the fuck out.
Was it right? Was it like right after that? Was it like they had just gotten there? Or no, like if you're doing
same day.
Well, yeah, I guess yeah, I could see that then. But I mean, still like,
yeah, well, it wasn't good. And then Chrissy came on after Alex Stein did, and that wasn't great either. And then by that point, I just by that point after it was over, the other people were coming in, right?
Right.
And it was like a group of bikers or something, right?
Nice.
And there's everybody lined up with a whole line of people waiting to, you know, shake their hand and take pictures and whatever, talk to them, right? So I'm thinking, was this 2021 or early 2022? Probably early 2022, because no, it had to have been when it was warm enough to be 80 something degrees. Yes, 2021. So I changed my username probably about 2020. Yeah, 2020. Yeah, end of 2020. Like, let me be Mr. Self-Destruct, not some, you know, something that doesn't matter.
Wikipedia. I was looking. I haven't found the stuff about Eric and doing voodoo, but I know I'm going to, because like I said, I remember.
Was it on Twitter or on a stream?
I think it was on Twitter, like a link to like talking about it. But then there was like Ethan did a stream like where he was talking about it too. I think it was on Twitter, and it was a link to a weird site. It had all this stuff about Eric. It was all just weird occult stuff. Like it was odd. And like I said, it was before the whole Saskas thing. It was.
Oh man, it's a whole other thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And like I said, I guess probably because like I make jokes sometimes they have Eric, but like I don't know, it seems odd. Like I liked that Horseman comic. Gave him $2 and went for the Bloodruth one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not saying he's gotta buy somebody's comic and I gotta get special treatment, but like
yeah. Hey, it's like, well, I'm a backer. Well, you can't say you're a backer because it's not crowdfunded. So you have to say, I've ordered the book.
I'm a buyer.
Pre-order, right? It's a pre-order, not a crowdfund thing, you know.
Ugh.
Which is another thing about already having it all done, you know.
Right. Well, I'm gonna have to ham it up for like the Bloodruth thing. Whenever I get that, like, just gonna get it and open
this
it and be
is
all.
The greatest.
This is the comic that took Eric out of my life.
Just this is the comic. That could be the stream title. Bloodruth. This is the comic. You know, just because that's one of those broken English things, right?
The comic. It is. This is it.
It's like this is the show. It's not like there's no adjectives or anything. There's like, you know, it's just like this is the show. It's not like this is the best show I like to watch, my favorite, you know, or anything like that. It's like this is the comic. This is the show.
This is the show.
I don't know. There's a lot of broken English out there today.
Let's see that. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's gonna be. Well, I don't know. What if? I mean, was I me? Because I mean, this is the other. I forgot that like I'd made that. That I do the super chat, but I was thinking. Where's the other thing here? There's one of my videos where whatever one it was, I ended it with. Is this it? Yeah. Yeah, I'll pull this over. This will explain it to you a little bit better, I think. Oh.
Oh shit. I just saw a tortoise snatch up a big crab that just walked in front of it. I'll repost it. That's fucking crazy.
Okay, so.
Well, gang, we finally caught the Jelly Bean Bandit.
Okay, now what?
Now what?
Hey, pull off his mask.
Huh?
Oh,
No, we can't do that. We need to call the authorities.
Oh no, we need to call the authorities. Velma, shut your ugly ass up. This nigga stole jelly beans. Ain't even no crime for that.
We can't just slap him. That's assault.
But you want to send him to jail for jelly beans? Do you realize what they go do to a nigga named Jelly Bean in prison?
We need to let the justice system run its course.
Let's just barbarian bitch slap the soul out this goofy nigga and call it a night.
No, we can't bitch slap him.
Why the fuck not? I mean, his face is right there, being a bitch.
Being a bitch.
Look at it. Every angle, every curve of that bitch ass face is practically pleading. No, begging to be slapped. It's not just a face. It's a canvas. crafted by the universe solely for the art of bitch slap. The cheekbones were sculpted to echo the sting. The jawline exists to absorb the ripple. The skin, it's smooth, unblemished, and waiting, like it knows its destiny is to meet the back of a hand in one glorious moment of righteous impact.
Can't lie, that was poetic as fuck. I kind of want to see that slap.
I got your nephew.
That shit sounds beautiful.
Big
You know,
facts.
if I gotta slap a pussy ass nigga, I'm gonna make it a little sexy.
Shit, slap me too. Fuck it.
Shit.
This is not right.
Bitch,
Shut
you know
your
what ain't
ugly
right.
retirement
That
home
goddamn
microwave
high face.
That was good.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a good
Like
one.
that, maybe that's just on. You know, I played on some different streams. It's on there. Maybe he saw that. But I don't think so. Like the
No,
joke, you know.
Yeah, I think he's got a producer or something that's like, or he probably has about 5 producers, you know.
That's possible.
That are telling him, you know, this guy's a detractor.
We had put this one on the detractor list. Look, he got you reading his $2 super chat. What was you doing, Eric? Asking, is the book really scary? You dummy. Why'd you? It's such a goofy. How scary is it really? Is it really scary? Like, I just tried to think of just like the goofiest kind of sounded question. And that was, and the thing too that I thought
and the
was
sauces
that, like,
were on there too. Man,
yes.
I don't know if I had known that, you know. I don't know. If I'd known that, I would have gotten banned and blocked from the channel. And
What was all that stuff that guy was saying that one of the sauces was pregnant?
Oh man,
I don't know if that was true or not. I think that guy's just,
you never know,
right? And then if we talk about it long enough, what if that makes it happen? Like there isn't a Skaska baby now, but
speaking truth to power.
One of them just miraculously becomes what? It's a miracle. It's a rip a miracle. Well.
All right, trademark that phrase. Rip a miracle. That shit could come up so quickly. It's like, Eric, I gave my, you know, it'll be somebody from his chat that he knows, right? It's like, Eric, I gave my grandson, my autistic grandson, my dyslexic, let's say dyslexic, right? Gave my dyslexic grandson Blood Ruth and hip him. Gave my dyslexic. There you go with dyslexic. I gave my dyslexic co-streamer Blood Ruth, and all of a sudden he could spell right. He could spell good.
Before I read Blood Ruth in ISOM, I could not spell. Now I read Horseman and I could spell good for once in my life.
Oh man. Hey, you gotta throw in like some misspelling too. ICN, like for can. Before this, I could CLD, right? NT RD, you know, I could not read, right? RED, yeah. I could not read.
There's a little thing at the bottom.
Oh, see, look, I forget there's isn't there a amount of stream hours you're limited to?
That might, I wonder, that might be the thing too. That's true. Well, yeah, we can I'll do like we'll end video and let us, 'cause I gotta tend to the fire and the rest of the stuff, you know. Let me see, let me play. Well, let's play my favorite song. Anything you want to say before we go, Mr.
No, thank you for the stream. This was unexpectedly long, but great. That's what Patrick says, right? It's unexpectedly long, but it was great.
Wasn't as hard. It was more, it was easier.
It was tough to take, but I appreciate it in the end. It wore me out physically. And just like set yourself up for a lot of stuff, right? Just
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, and I don't know. Like, I'm not. I generally don't try to make myself too much the butt of jokes, and especially like gay jokes.
Man, like constantly. Holy shit!
I'm
okay.
Okay.
God.
All right, let me play.
Just crazy Chinese New Year celebrations.
Crazy. Well, I'll just play this. Yeah, because that's the thing. There's still a lot of snow in Ohio, a lot of fires, a lot of criminals. It's crazy up here. You know what they're doing.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my cats. Why would you do that? Eat something else. People of Springfield, please don't eat my dog. Here's a catalog of other things to eat.
They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs.